realize.
Hey guys, we're gonna be playing Rise of Nations as Georgia again, but this time we're gonna be just staying as Georgia. Just staying as Georgia. We don't care.
That they don't know that they're useless.
You don't need Karen's Caucasian.
My cat doesn't know that she's useless.
I'm
So
Caucasian.
then maybe it's not the same thing.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I guess I
My
was
skin
wrong.
tone is kind of like, I'm not sure. I'm like white, but I'm not like pale white. Well, I am pale white sometimes. If it's during the weekends, then I am pale white.
This is kind of crazy.
But if it isn't,
that your
then,
husband's like, wait, kids need to bathe?
can't.
I thought they like bathe on their own since, you know, our daughter's practically like 1.5 by now. Don't they learn how to bathe themselves like right before they come out? Like,
We're gonna be Georgia. Then we're just gonna stay as Georgia.
have to take them to school.
Just Georgia. We're not gonna invade Azerbaijan and Armenia. I know we need that, but trust me, we're gonna invade Bulgaria.
I hope this is sauce and not mold. Not that it makes any
Perfect.
difference because I wouldn't eat
Let's
it
stay as
either
Georgia.
way, especially if your husband.
When I said
cooked
stay
it,
in-
'cause if your husband doesn't know that he has to bathe his own children, he cooked, and like, what exactly is this? Chicken, shredded chicken with.
Wait,
What's
they didn't
sauce?
say.
Did
Wait,
you just
I
put
didn't say
whole
can't.
chicken in there and
And
put some sauce and
subjugate
it's like,
countries.
Lunch is ready. We're having a whole chicken with sauce. When you forgot to do the one thing she asked you to do, will this blow up again?
Hey babe, what are you doing?
This is the biggest I could. That's the biggest
cat,
I could
the cat.
afford. Oh,
Watch out for the
jeez.
cat. How are you gonna take 6 shots and miss every single one of them? At least try to aim them at your husband and not the poor cat over there.
Those are so stupid. Like, actually, I'm not. I know I'm not supposed to be slandering cats, but what am I supposed to say? Oh, they're so amazing.
Food? No, cardboard box. Ooh. Food? No, trash. Ooh. Food? Oh no, girl, that's your child. You just threw your baby at me. You gonna pick her up or like? You want me to pee here? Okay, let me pee real quick. I also farted on her head, so you know that was me. Why are you just recording her? I bet she told him like 1,000,000 times to throw the trash out, and he was watching the game or doing something, not giving a fuck. And even when she's so upset, instead of like helping her, or even if you're not gonna help, continue watching your game. But he's over here like, yeah, keep being upset, babe. I'm gonna post this on TikTok, by the way. This is so weird. God,
China's already got like 50 trillion factories.
But the AirPods make sure you never hear his nonsense again.
Personally, I wouldn't tell you to divorce him, but I know someone else would. Let me call your marriage counselor real quick.
Yay!
Yeah, hi, it's me, Lazy. I got another one of those.
Perfect.
Yeah, TikTok husbands. Yeah, he's weaponizing his incompetence.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for coming at such short notice. Now, since I can't say the magic words, can you please do me a favor and say it for me?
Tovus.
Go ahead. Divorce!
I'm
You didn't
a
have to
sub. I'm a
Good for her.
subjugate
I feel like
Azerbaijan, but I mean
this
that
will not
requires a
end
tank
well.
because of
She probably
something
only
that I
has
really
3 to
hate
7
called
times
them not
moving.
moving when I
Take
try
advice
to
and tell her to
invade
calm
though.
down. Oof. Yeah, tell her to calm down. That would
Oh,
go really
shoot.
well, right? I wonder if my cat can dodge things like
0.89.
that as
Bye.
well. Okay, Stormy, we're practicing today. Is she gonna be good enough to dodge things?
Yeah.
Stormy, 1, 2, 3. Stormy, no, next time I'm gonna hit you. You're gonna have to dodge this. Stormy, here. Ready? No. This one, I promise I'm gonna hit you. You're gonna have to dodge this, sweetie.
Danicha,
Next time, I promise you, I'm gonna hit you. I'm playing right now, but I'm gonna hit you. You gotta dodge this. She knows I can't hit her, so she's just staying there. Stormy, this one's gonna hit you. Okay, so she is good at dodging. She actually dodged that. Okay.
Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. I'm dead.
Are you kidding me? You're gonna say because you take the trash out, you are like ultimate man?
No, it's just one example of many.
You saw me cleaning the other night, so are you gonna get up and help? Maybe? And you're like,
I don't need to
think
help
so.
every time you
That
clean.
was the first time we've cleaned. We said we're gonna clean on Sundays. So Sunday, Clorox was out, Windex was out. I was doing this, putting dishes away, cleaning everything.
And he wasn't doing
bathroom,
anything.
Scrubbing the toilet. I came out and said, "You gonna
Great
help?"
job.
Would you say great job?
What
Yeah,
the?
good job. That's awesome.
Oh my god, he's just making this shit worse.
I think
That
I'll
wasn't
be
even
it.
complaining. She was literally telling him
It's
the plan
Spanish.
that was supposed to happen on Sunday, and he took that as a complaint, and he was like, "Good job." I know I'm a good husband, right? Like that. Yeah, I support my wife. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Be at my house at 7?
You're not my mom. You're not gonna just boss me around and make
Losing
Oh my God,
money.
your face.
If I'm trying to relax on Sunday, you're not gonna boss me around. I'm gonna get to things. I'm an adult.
Yeah.
I'm a mature guy. I understand when things need
Very
to be
mature.
done. I'm gonna handle my stuff.
Okay.
You kinda need to stay in your own
Thing
lane.
with steel is it costs way too much.
Divorce! Divorce! I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't tell people to divorce, but she needs a fucking divorce! What reality show was that? I've never watched this before. Whoever this girl was, girlfriend, wife, I hope that she divorced his ass because come on. Let's clean on Sundays. It's Sunday. You're not my mom and I don't need to clean all the time. Like, what? You're not my mom, you're my bitch. You're supposed to be cleaning around and doing shit for me. Who do you think I am? Like, yeah, I might be your husband, but I am cleaning like what I look like, a cleaner to you? Like a janitor or something? Like, do it yourself, bitch. You're not my mom to boss me around. You're not my boss either. Like, what? Like, go ahead and clean this house for me real quick. Like,
I need my
babe, I was joking.
money.
Babe, please, I'm joking. I was joking. Like, I was recording a video for the boys. I was trying to show them that I can be macho and whatever. Like, babe, please let me in. Like, I know you pay rent and I don't pay anything. Just like, please let me in. The boys were making fun of me. Like, babe, please. The way her face reaction just dropped completely when he said, "Good job." You can see her slowly losing herself and her body leaving her soul. With that look that she gave him, I thought she was gonna go 11 from Stranger Things on his ass. Babe, I was joking. Stop, it was a joke, babe. Please, I'll do all the dishes that you want. Please, just stop.
You gonna help? Would you say great job?
Yeah, good job. That's awesome.
Ooh, the
You're not my mom.
attitude.
You're not gonna just boss me around and
The
make me
face
do it.
reaction?
If I'm trying to relax on Sunday, you're not
Oh,
gonna boss
she's
me
done.
around. I'm gonna
She
get
is
to things.
done.
I'm an adult. You kinda need to stay in your own lane.
Oh,
And let
Alex,
me
fuck off.
For her
No
sake,
wonder.
I hope that was her
Kuwait.
boyfriend and not her husband.
The capital
And
of
if that
Kuwait
was
is
her
Kuwait.
boyfriend, I hope she dumped his ass.
They pronounce
So she
Kuwait or
deserved it.
Kuwait.
I mean, come on. The attitude that he gave her when she was just suggesting that they should be cleaning together and not just her. Like, he got so defensive. Okay, you don't want to clean? Bye-bye. Get out of my house.
So I got the steel that I need, even
He
though
helped her clean once. The fact that she could only remember once.
So I barely made
But I
any
helped
steel.
you clean, like,
Let's go to
many
Baku.
times.
Sounds like the name of an
One
anime
time when you
character.
told me to shower
Baku.
because my booty cheeks stank. Because I don't wash
Bakugo.
down there because that's gay. So I decided to be gay for you, and I washed them for the first time in 20 years. I did that for you. Now my
See
ass
that we
crack
played
smells
from
like
last
butter.
episode. I played. It's Georgia. I made it said like and subscribe in Georgian, which is very circular.
Living in that booty alone. They went homeless.
So bad. You know you're
Oh,
bad at
no,
this game
because
when you
my
have to pray
boyfriend
for
was
that.
out
When you have to pray.
cheating on me.
Want you to live like
That is wild. And the fact that she's smiling.
want you to live
My heart goes out to this girl because this is not even about weaponized incompetence at this point. This is straight up a
Interesting.
monster. If you want to cheat, schedule it or something. Book your side hoe a day.
You don't make money from
after your wife
Baku.
is scheduled to give birth or something. Like,
How you pronounce it?
why am I
Baku?
out here giving cheating tips. to
Also, editor,
cheaters?
since you didn't
I
put,
excuse the cheating, you know.
since you didn't really do anything
Okay,
to
I
my
don't
video,
cheat
make it
cheating, but I'm
interesting,
trying to
I'm gonna dock
say
your pay
You
by
can cheat
$0 because I'm the
having to
editor.
be a monster in the sense you don't care about your wife girlfriend. Go there
So
because
why
you
do you
want
have so
your
much
own
artillery?
child
Are they ready
with
for your
its own
invasion for me?
sperm.
Dad?
Became down.
He was massaging other girls on the couch while I labored in the Oh, messaging. Oh, Jesus Christ. I was like, damn. He was messaging other girls on the couch while I labored. Oof. I'm reading this comment section and it's crazy. My dad missed my birth because he was overdosing on coke with his... Oh, that went south real quick. I'm so sorry. I was reading some funny comments. How do we go to the... Oh my, I'm so sorry.
I don't have any
Mine
factories.
said, my back hurts. I looked at him. He said, I'll just close my mouth. Wait, his back hurt? Why was his back hurting to begin with? I'm a little confused. Was someone blowing your husband's back out while you were giving birth? What kind of a relationship? Oh, is this like a one woman and two guys kind of relationship? Or was he cheating on you with another guy?
Oh, who's Scott?
My soulmate, Lois. I'm here, I'm queer, but don't get used to it because I'm leaving you.
Wait, so she was just out here like giving birth and on the corner of the room her husband was like getting his back blown out? Is that why the back was hurting? Y'all got some crazy ass relationships. Honestly, I'm here for it. Send me the tapes. My husband and I had a discussion about weaponized competence. I wondered if he was really...
Guys, I'm
listening
so
to my
bored I have to play the demo of FNAF World. Seriously.
Oh my
I'm that
God.
poor. I can't afford something that's free.
He changed his diaper.
Oh. Wanna grin?
I'm gonna cry. A husband
It
doing
would
the
be
bare
cool if I
minimum.
had to start my own Minecraft SMP.
Listen, I'm not hating here. Good for her that they actually.
And this thing is
actually a big thing that they talk. I'm guessing her husband was just letting her do a lot of things, and they finally talked and they sorted things out. So good for them. But it's just so funny to me. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. Her husband just doing what her husband is supposed to do, and she decided to add this emotional music like her husband said, hey sweetie, you know what, instead of you giving birth, I'm gonna take all that pain away from you and I'm gonna do
Perfect.
it for you. Instead he's just taking care of, like he's just being a dad.
Yeah!
I tried talking to mine.
Never
He
said I
got
couldn't
angry
subjugate
because
places.
I called him stupid, which I didn't though. Since talking didn't work, have you tried beating his ass up? Okay, relax everyone, it was just a joke, it was just a dumb joke. Obviously I'm not pro-violence.
So now I can't walk through there
I am
without
for
having
death,
to
though.
die.
New pimple alert, new pimple
What
alert. Can we all please take a second and pay attention
That's
to this
weird.
giant ass
And this
pimple
is-
here? Because it needed that attention. It wanted to be
Oh.
a main character for a second.
Yeah, get-
this big ass.
You can get
Can we have a red
that
carpet for
czar?
this pimple?
What the? It's almost as weird as.
But does anyone remember those street interviews that they
Gosh,
used to do
how
a
much
couple
for the
of
city
years ago?
of
I think this was
gay?
like 5 years ago maybe? And they used
I
to
know it
ask
isn't worth too
moms
much,
and
but I can
dads
turn it around, I
questions
promise.
about
Oh
their
shoot, I'm losing
children,
more
and
money
when
than
it
I'm
was the
gaining.
dad's turn, they would act like
Because
they
I tried
just met their
forcing
son
puppet
for
stuff.
the first time. I swear to God, I would not even be surprised if some of them didn't even know the names of their own kids. They come into the house one night and see all those kids laying everywhere, and they just come to realization like, whose kids are all these? Like, I had all these kids? Damn, I didn't know I was such a horny kid.
What is your son's birthday?
No, that's a good one. That's a really good one because I don't know.
The birthday?
No, I don't know his birthday.
Favorite subject in school?
Social study.
No.
What
Okay,
grade
that
is
was
your
a
daughter
hard
going
question.
into?
9th grade.
What's the name of your daughter's school?
No.
Ash Creek Elementary School?
No.
River Creek?
No.
Something Creek.
0.5.
Some of these questions. Okay, the favorite subject one, that I kind of understand. But what school does she go to? He doesn't know the name. So what if something happens to your daughter and you have to pick her up? I hope he knows the address. Because one of them didn't.
I just need to buy two. I'm that poor.
What are your daughter's eyes? Brown.
Nice.
Right, let's look. That is incorrect. They're blue.
He said, brown. That's incorrect, sir. I'm sorry. But I know at least one of my daughters has brown eyes.
They
Who's at the top?
Red.
What is your daughter's birthday?
Please.
May 17th. Oh no, it's the 14th, and I don't know what year.
Can you?
He doesn't even know the year.
What are your daughter's birthdays?
Why do you do this to me?
At least one of them.
I give up.
Any guesses?
Yesterday.
Oh yeah, yesterday.
Gordy.
I would pass out.
There's so many.
She just had a birthday yesterday, and he's like,
Ufa.
Was this dude
Jelabinsk. Whatever it
yesterday?
is.
Now I don't have.
Ninzi
I don't remember what I
Novko.
had for lunch. And wait, what did I have for lunch? What? Mom? Pizza. Okay, some of these answers, yes, they seem funny, but they're actually pretty sad.
What grade is your daughter going into?
9th grade.
What you say?
They're eye colors.
Till liking
Do they know
and
their
subscribing.
I kind of see now why we have boy moms.
Sorry, I gotta say, but like and subscribe, please, so I can pay the bills. Even though I don't got bills, so I can pay my editor, which is me.
Considering that
Consider like and subscribe. It's free, it helps out a ton, and it's free for you. Did I already say that? I don't care. It's free for you, helps me out, and makes me post more videos, which means you get more money, more content, where you just talking. Why am I losing money again?
And have a
I want
bunch
my
of kids and you would never know
money.
that they are his unless they're a different color. That
Where's
is the
Turkey just
only
looking
thing
at
that's
me
gonna
like
give it
this?
away. So
Where's
if you're
Turkey
thinking
just
about
looking like
cheating,
that?
Try not to switch races if you want your husband
Turkey
not to
AM.
find out that you're cheating. Wait, why am I giving out cheating tips again? I feel like this is a second tip that I'm giving to cheaters.
Name the best friend of each of your daughters.
Mari Carmen Rojas, Jimena Lopez,
Oh my god.
Adamari Lopez, Cristina Cornell,
Capture all of Armenia.
Give us the name of their doctor.
Fadi Torres.
Can you give us the name
Now
of
go
their
back to
dentist?
DC, whatever it
Pay
is.
attention to that. Pay
DC?
attention to the dad. The dad is not even here at this point.
What are your daughter's birthdays?
Yes, May 28, 2009, August 8, 2013, February 24, 2006, June 5, 2006.
Dude. The look of embarrassment, like,
May 28,
oh,
2009,
that's when she was born?
2013.
Oh, so now they're being divided like Poland.
8 months
It's-
prior to that.
Yeah.
Was it someone else? Huh. I think there was just
Now, if you-
guesses, actually.
Oh.
Now ask them football
We want a country
stats.
that all the cities, there's
Who?
gotta be at
Ask
least
the
two,
moms or
that
the
all of the
dads?
cities
No,
are
but you asked the
ports.
dads the football stats though. Specific details. When they played, how old was the player?
Oh, man,
what he
this-
had for breakfast,
this is pretty
lunch,
much everything.
dinner. What color was the underwear of the player that was playing? Oh, blue. Is the player uncut? Yeah.
Okay.
When was the last time
Well,
this
Fiji has
football
won
player
that.
had butt sex? Yeah, this specific
Win it.
date and this specific
one,
time.
I mean,
My
one
dad might
nothing.
not be as bad as these guys, but when you talk about football,
Oh!
European soccer, he's obsessed with Messi. You ask him how many hands Messi has,
Okay,
he'll
guys.
instantly give you the correct answer.
I said I want to
This is why
invade.
kids love moms
If
more.
you got, I'm pretty sure I said.
You said it.
I know
not
I said
me.
it's City Georgia, but I'm happy from this.
You know how they say new year, new me? Well, in this case, new dawn, pimple gone. We're officially pimple free.
Pimple gone.
Places to invade.
It's a few days later, and I wanted to show you a clip. If you're not on TikTok,
they're all
I'm gonna keep you
subjects.
posted. Like, I feel like a lot of you are not on TikTok, and I'm just like over here keeping you posted. A few months ago, there was actually a trend where you could test out your partner if they were a decent person by just asking for a simple cup of coffee, and they would either be like, oh yes, sweetie, I can definitely get you the coffee. What do you want? I'll give it to you now. Or some of these husbands or wives would actually get really nasty.
Will you make me a coffee?
Chechnya.
For real, I'm really about to fall asleep.
Why did you get so upset over a cup of... Are you a cup of coffee? Girl, what? It's like she just asked him to carry the whole house on his back. Like, hey, could you carry... Dude, it's a cup of coffee. Why was that such a crazy question?
Okay. Is this like a back and forth thing? Because
It's a simple question. I just asked, will you make me coffee? I never ask you to make me coffee.
You keep on getting attitude.
Is Russia a player?
Yeah, you act like
That I'm gonna pray to God that, oh, well, Moscow's gone.
It's always one-sided.
What about gay? No! I'm gonna need to cross through Kazakhstan!
Sincere at all. You're like, sweetie, don't air out our dirty laundry in public. I'm recording. Did she give that laugh because she was embarrassed that he was being so passive aggressive? And he said that she's the one with the attitude?
You keep on getting attitude. You can do something with that too.
Dude, you're the one giving her attitude and these deadly looks. Like coffee. Like he did not know what coffee was. It was his first.
So they're making so Albania's now Yugoslavia. They know how to play this game. They really do. They know how to play this game better than I. Perfect.
Painful laugh. Did he just say you handed me your cum? What?
You turned around and got into bed and then handed me your cup.
Oh, your cup! Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Your cup. I think my my headphones were not working. I swear to God, he said your cum, not your cup. Where was the... And the second embarrassed laugh, like you know that's an embarrassing laugh when they laugh like... When someone has told me the same sentence for the 4th time and I can't say
shoot,
because it's getting embarrassing, so I just assumed they told me a joke and I'm over here like
shoot, that was a very stupid decision. It was caught on camera. Darn it. Well, now that I need to wait a while for this. How long is my truce gonna be?
Oh my God.
Can I finish?
Why do you keep going?
I'm invading. Okay, guys, I'm invading Africa now. I've gotten bored of this game, and now I'm invading Djibouti. No, Eritrea. Should I go with Djibouti or Eritrea?
Oh, he had all the kids.
I freaking watched all those. Keep it up.
You didn't watch all of them because there was some there this morning unless somebody came out in the middle of the night.
Oh, wait. So she still did
Oh, that was the worst decision of my life, and now I regret it.
But apparently she did most of them.
So I went in for more reparations?
I honestly thought he was going to say, hey, I actually did all the dishes and I took care of the kids. But she did the dishes and you're complaining that she didn't do all of them?
I'm very sleepy today. So I just thought it'd be nice if you made me a cup of coffee.
2? So... Oh, jeez, this is the best one of my life.
Looks like you're scrolling.
I can do that because I work.
Why is he so passive aggressive?
We'll see what the exchange, or we'll see.
Do you know how to make my coffee?
I want to know what the we'll see means.
There's no exchange. It's a yes or no. You can say no.
Oh, I know.
Do you know how
I
easy
hear
that
it all
is?
the time.
The look in his eyes, though,
so
this dude actually scares me. I think he kind of gives me these really aggressive vibes. You know, if you do something wrong, and he's gonna be like, he's gonna snap your neck in half or something. And why did he keep mentioning exchange? What was he like trying to like get sex out of this, or like She's your wife, dude. I don't think you have to make this an exchange thing. Why does it have to be like a prostitute thing? You know, like, hey, I'll give you money and you give me sex in exchange. Like, oh, I'll get you a cup of coffee and you can give me sex in exchange. I don't think that's girl, run.
In Kazakhstan is one of
yeah. Did anyone notice the laugh? So like, it seemed like was that a cry for help? Are you okay? Someone check up on this girl. Sweetie, you're so funny. Oh my god. Sweetie, oh my god. Okay, I think it's safe to say that I'm gonna end this video here, and I think if there's something that I learned from this video besides weaponized incompetence, is that do not, in any circumstance, ask your husband for a cup of coffee. Instead, you should ask him to become a member on this channel, because not only do you get to watch my videos a day early, you also get to watch my videos ad-free sometimes, because let's be real, those ads are annoying as hell, and for $2 a month, you can say goodbye to those ads. And remember, you don't have to be in a terrible relationship like this, because perfect men do exist. Well, maybe not in this world. I was just hoping like maybe in another world they exist. Like, I'm just being positive here and being hopeful. So maybe on the next one, you
Kenny
can
and Molly
go
are
on
really
Amazon
look
and
alike
pre-order
in their
yours,
flags,
and they come like in a
not the same.
perfect condition, and they don't whine about a cup of coffee.
And now I'm back on track, baby.
Let's see these new jackets. I'm gonna pick this one. Much better. Mommy, can you give me a jacket as well? I'm freezing. Fine, let me see. Oh my god! The new Gucci Versace Taco Bell collab bag! Mom, what about my jacket? I'm freezing!
I gotta put me first. I gotta put me first. I gotta put...
I can't reach it. Sweetie,
that was a microtonal piano note, I'm pretty sure.
Like, what can I use to clean it?
Microtonals, a little bit of distortion.
You know what? Toss him. I got you. Perfect. Another day, another terrible mom. I feel like we should start a Yelp mom review for unborn kids. So
okay,
before
well
they're
that's...
born, they get to pick which parent they want based on the reviews that they saw. Nurse Hannah, or what everyone is calling her, 17 diapers mom. Now, I'm gonna show you in a minute why everyone's calling her the 17 diapers mom, but her real name, which is public, this is her TikTok name, I'm not doxing her, is Hannah Biat? I don't know how to pronounce that. Hannah Biat? Hannah Biatch? Biatch! She went viral on TikTok for the 17 diapers, but also people started digging her account and they found some very questionable videos.
Let's pick up all the dirty diapers I have lying around my house right now.
I mean, I could care less about you. 15. But right now we got a truce.
We all know how many diapers she's gonna find, right?
I've been solo parenting for the last 24 hours, so we're gonna see how many dirty diapers we have just lying around with 2 kids. I promise 17? You, I'm not even exaggerating. This has only been 24 hours. So I'm counting just 4 diapers right here on the coffee table.
Why are they on the table though?
Behind the couch. Oh, found 2 more.
Why are they just scattered everywhere though? That's my question. She makes it seem like she's collecting Pokemons and she doesn't know where the diapers are. Like, I understand if these were like 2, 3,
I remember just building roads because I was bored.
But she just keeps collecting and collecting like she's about to find Mewtwo and be like, oh, I found a rare Pokemon. Was Mewtwo a rare Pokemon, or was it the 3-headed dragon? Wasn't the 3-headed dragon the really popular one? The Kaiba? Was it Kaiba? No, his name was not Kaiba. You know how he was like, I summoned my 3-headed dragon. That's all he... I swear to God, that dude only had that card, the 3-headed dragon. That was his only fucking card.
So far that's what? 7 diapers, I'm pretty sure.
And there's 10 more to go.
Where's Bask?
Okay, so right away
Oh,
I'm
Bask.
seeing 1, 2,
Why are they
Bilbao.
scattered everywhere?
then into the bedroom. This
Bask.
is the corner
Victoria.
of what my side that I look like
Victoria.
at night. It's embarrassing, I know. If I counted right, that's
San
17
Sebastian.
diapers.
Pamplona.
No wonder my house friggin' stinks right now.
Did you find your
Madrid.
grandma's ashes by any chance?
Barcelona,
So that's what she was called, the
Catalona.
17 diaper mom, which to me, I'm like, okay, it's a little bad that there's 17 diapers everywhere, but like we all have our bad days, right? Like shit happens. Who cares? I'm just hoping that she found a 3-headed dragon. But the clip that really made her go viral, because people actually started her the 17 diapers mom as a joke. This wasn't what actually started the controversy.
It's good. I don't think it's good.
Nickname for a few days, but this next clip is what got people so curious about how this woman treats her kids. And I forgot to mention that
We got the city tier over here.
So it's just a random clip of her with.
We are almost. We have like.
Hands over the ice cream to the sun.
One of the
Flinches.
most
And it
developed
wasn't
places.
Like the kid was just sitting there not paying attention, and she just looked, and his dad scared him. Like the kid was staring at his dad the entire time, and the dad just hands over the ice cream, and the kid flinches like he's expecting to be hit. And people were like, something's not right. Why
Economic
would the kid
improvement.
flinch when his dad was just handing him ice cream and
Gory.
paying attention, so he wasn't even caught off guard.
Gory? I
So
hope it doesn't have much gore.
I
don't like things that are
or
gory.
something where she was just eating dinner with her husband, and
Ugh.
the way she was treating her newborn is what got everyone so mad with this woman.
So we ordered it toasted and it did not come toasted. We did like an order, like a mobile pickup. Sandwiches, and I was not the mail. They're like, I'm eating, I can't hold the baby.
This so Madrid is only like
hold the baby and eat. Like it's a thing. I promise you, every woman knows that. The second you start to eat yourself, that's just how baby.
I'm sorry, but why is she holding the baby like that? Why is she holding the baby like a toy? Now, I know damn well, I feel like I was 6 years old when my mom told me that you're always supposed to hold a baby's head, you know, because they could just like, they can't hold it because it's too heavy for them, and not.
Let me sell to Niger. It's pronounced Niger, or if you're French, Niger. But it's either Niger or Niger.
Just take him. I'm trying to eat. Take him. Why is he wiggling his head that much? Babe, look at how elastic he is. He can like wiggle his head like that. Hold his head, woman. I'm not even a mom, but I know this. Like, aren't you supposed to hold him like this, where the head sits comfortable? Because they can't hold their whole. Oh. She's getting me mad. Oh my God, relax, lazy, relax.
100%, 10 times over. That's just how the babies just know it. They just know. But anyways.
No, I'm not gonna show that, but you know what happens next? The way she just puts the baby down like it's a piece of dirt or something, like. Okay. Mukbang time! Don't get me wrong, it looks like it's a very comfortable couch, but instead of just like gently putting it there, you just flop him there. This next clip is what's insane to me, and actually, I don't think anyone's talking about this clip, and maybe, wait, is it just me and this is normal? Okay, I'm about to show you this clip because I'm not a mom. I just know that from my mom. She told me that you're always supposed to support their head. But when I was watching this, just take a look at this.
Currently in New York City because of 17 diapers. I am now known as the 17 diaper mom. That's probably gonna follow me forever, being that I threw away 17 diapers in my house.
Okay, so that is clearly a doll, because I was getting worried for a second because the baby's over here like...
The Commandant. Ah, yes. I told you I'm not gonna form trans Caucasian. I never said I couldn't.
Moms that are watching this, is that a normal, proper way to hold your child, where you're just over here like the baby just?
I just need to make lots and lots of cash.
And that's not a real
Lots
child?
and
Dream, my goal, something cooler than a talk show. Matt and Abby podcast, the Matt and Abby podcast, or the Avery Woods podcast.
You're not gonna like me from what I'm about to say next. That's actually her real child. It's not a doll. Cause I saw it move. There's a moment where, yeah, it's moving.
But I don't know how to get this.
It's moving. Bitch, that poor baby is over there like, bitch, fuck the podcast. I need help first. You gotta support my head over here. It's too heavy. It's a big ass head. Fuck you and your podcast. People were trying to prove that the kid being scared and flinching when the dad was handing him the ice cream was not a normal thing. So they were testing it with their own kids. And they're not scared. They're just having fun. So unless something really is happening behind closed doors.
Mass patronization.
And I'm really trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, but because it's not like the kid wasn't paying attention. He was literally staring at the dad, and he just flinches when he hands him ice cream. Look, I don't know. Hannah, you gotta help me here, because what am I missing? What is the missing clip here? Oh wait, I think I found the missing context.
I'm not changing my kid's diaper.
Yeah, this is entirely like.
I've never done that. Do you know how expensive diapers are? I have friends and people that I know that like, oh, they peed, we have to change their diaper. And I'm like, they peed? Literally, I will change his diaper if he poops. Or if it's like a very full diaper.
Okay.
You know how my husband spent $1,500 on hunting supplies? Well, yeah, because it didn't stop there, because there were several $100s afterwards.
No, look at this. There's only a few places with that average.
Good use, and are making elk steak nachos.
But diapers.
Yeah, I have the highest average.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but I can't spend $35 on a toddler jacket. I know he needs
for infrastructure. I'm dead
last.
last.
Yeah, but just don't buy it.
Might as well increase infrastructure.
I know I can't just be like, oh, like it's too expensive. He doesn't need to have a jacket. He needs a jacket, especially if it's 8 degrees outside.
Yeah.
So I just got a $17 sandwich from Soap City Sandwich here in Arizona.
Whoever edited this thing is fucking hilarious. We can't afford a $35 jacket because it's just crazy. I mean, yeah, it is cold outside, but the $17 sandwich though, I could not say no, because look at how thick this is. How many bites do you guys think it would take me to eat this? One.
I literally just spent $51 on a single Popeye's chicken sandwich. You can check my receipt. You can check.
My father-in-law's like, hey, you guys go ahead. We'll get a refund. That Mexican in the background, the guy we rented them from, that was watching the whole thing go down.
For fever, I typically like to run.
It just keeps getting worse and worse.
So we're gonna use our money that we have to build a gigantic mega church in Tbilisi or whatever it is. Tbilisi.
Can you put in one sandwich? That would cost you $51. I feel like even if you went to a small business bakery shop in the middle of California, where Californians walk and they have to pay $20 just to walk because they live in California, the sandwich would be $25 max, but $51 for a sandwich. But she didn't have $35 for her son's jacket that he needed because it was really cold. Priorities. I'm not gonna sit here and judge her when it comes to her financial status because we don't really know. Oh wait, we do.
Let's rebudget this paycheck.
Yeah, you see,
My
nobody joined. Oh wait,
$2,550, and my husband's paycheck was $1,700. Coming to a total of $4,330.
Okay.
First thing we always do is pay tithing.
Somewhere.
What is Egypt? What is
yes, I saw all your comments that I should buy a new car seat.
Palestine.
Hey, maybe it's thanks to tithing that I was able to clean that car seat squeaky clean. That thing looks brand freaking new. Anyways, yes, my husband did spend $1,500 on hunting supplies, and honestly, I wasn't really that mad about it. I was really surprised because usually he's the penny pincher in the relationship, but it's an investment, so I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. But maybe I should go on a little Target trip to treat myself, you know?
And get your son the $35 jacket, right? Actually, why is she even going for a $35 jacket? I feel like you could find a jacket for $20 at Walmart or something. Chris, Google that shit. Find me a cheap jacket. Jesus, I sound like Tony Stark right now. With Jarvis. Is his name Jarvis? Jarvis, Google me a cheap jacket.
About my $50 trip to Target? Yeah, I didn't think so, bro. Our mortgage averaged out to around $2,550, which is my entire freaking paycheck. Okay. So that was fun. I guess my husband's paycheck goes to his hunting stuff and mine goes to paying the mortgage, but whatever. I'm just gonna tell myself that it's an investment and I have unlimited Target trips coming up. Doctor's appointment was $15. I have another one coming up this week again, so it's gonna be another $15, but that's whatever. I'm so excited about that. And then we spent $110 on groceries. Oh, and then you can't forget about the lovely $300 car payment. But I'm absolutely in love with my new car, so I'm not gonna complain about that one. Correct math, I'm pretty sure, is negative $575.
I'm looking at this and I'm like, did your husband really need some new hunting equipment for fun. Is anyone seeing this? Like, it literally says right here, hunting, because I'm not gonna say, oh, don't pay mortgage or whatever. Really, you paid $1,500 for hunting for fun. Your husband can have fun and go fishing. You know what? Fuck him and his fishes. You know, get that baby a $20 jacket because it's cold outside. You know what? Hold up. I got some fishing equipments for her husband right here. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. It works wonders. Look at this. I didn't know what tithing was, and Google said it's a practice of giving a portion of your income or resources, typically 10%, to support religious institutions, charitable. You're donating this to like churches and whatever, when this should be for your own kids. Like, your own son is over there looking at you during winter or whatever, like freezing, watching you give money to charities, and that doesn't affect you at all. Like, really, help out your son first and then you can help the others.
And remember to always put your own mask on first before helping others.
Mother Teresa over here, helping others before helping your own kids. Remember the skit that I did where I was cleaning behind the oven or whatever? That's actually real. I mean, they didn't actually use their son to clean behind the oven, but they used it for something, and the kid looked scared as hell.
In our house all morning, I told my husband to pull the oven back for me. The other day, I noticed that a roll had dropped back there. Honestly, my husband had the genius idea to just throw our toddler back there. And
Why is that kid?
The roll instead of us trying to figure like something that would reach back there.
If this wasn't Hannah and we didn't know the context, it would have been like a funny video. Oh, look, my son's behind the oven and whatever. But the fact that he's frightened and scared that his dad might leave him there, he's always looking so unsure and scared. I feel so bad for that poor kid. And then the newborn. Now, this is gonna be wrong as hell for me to do this, but I can just imagine the newborn like growing up and the dude just walking like this, because the mom did not properly support his head when he was a child. There's even a video where they're eating. They love to do these eating videos for some reason, but they like to not share things with their kids. And this seems to happen so often. And in one of these clips, the kid is trying to reach for fries or something, and they flick his hands. Like, gives them to the kid. Look. Nope. Flick. Can the kid eat? And her excuse for this flicking, where the poor kid is just trying to grab some fucking fries. So there is an update because things take a crazy turn when Hannah's sister comes on TikTok. I've been seeing this girl commenting on a lot of videos and I found her. Allegedly, this is her sister. She says she's her sister. She could just be a random person on the internet, but let's just assume that she's her sister. And she said, you guys need to stop with this nonsense. Hannah is my sister. My nephew is well taken care of, and you guys are bullying her on social media over a video you've seen. You're delusional. So then a few hours later, her sister drops a statement on TikTok saying, I see now what everyone is talking about. Oh, I'm going to handle it. So I'm guessing she saw the videos on TikTok, and before that she was like, fuck you guys, why are you talking shit about my sister? She's the best sister in the world. And then she scrolls on TikTok, she sees the video, and then she's like, oh, she did. Oh, she wrote. I've made a severe lapse of judgment. Like, it took less than a few hours for them to drop this shit. I mean, even if this is not her sister, just a random person defending her, the way that she got corrected, like, oh, you guys were right. I want to know what you think about this situation. Would you let your husband spend over $1,500 and have your son freeze because you didn't have enough money to buy him a jacket for winter? Imagine, it would be wild if a comment was like, actually, lazy, I pick my Gucci bag any day over my son. If you're not subscribed yet though, we are giving away Reese's peanut butter cups, because aren't these like $15 nowadays? These are like expensive as hell. And for all you wondering, how is Hannah doing after this heavy criticism that she's
United Alliance,
a terrible mom? Well,
so guys, it's crazy that I've even made it this far as
oh my god,
Georgia, the Georgian, the country of George. Cherokee.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry
hair back. Yeah. Do you even get like Ashton Hall? Like, bro, what? Like, bro, what? Ain't no way anybody's gonna actually try to imitate what he's doing. They don't got the money. I need the money. But you're like, bro, when I stay in bed until like 10. Sort of have something.
I think we can all agree that we are tired of the influencer accent. Why are they always starting a video with like, no, because run, don't walk, and then they proceed to sell you something like, run, don't walk. What if I can't walk, Brittany? Come with me to get a $700 haircut. Get ready with me to get a $700 haircut. No, because run, don't walk. No, like, no, because literally. No, because like, don't walk. Like, what? Don't run. Rock, don't lock. No, because guys, oh my god. No, because oh my god, you guys, oh my god. This is your sign to shut the fuck up. So yeah, today we're gonna be talking about annoying influencers because I'm obsessed, literally. Let's start off with the $700 haircut, where apparently this TikToker went to a hair salon and they quoted her $700 for one haircut. Now, before I spoil this for everyone, I'm just gonna say that this is actually not a bad thing. I know people are gonna be like,
$700, great lazy, what are you talking about? Are you filthy rich?
Please trust me when I say this, it needs to be higher. Let me elaborate. Well, let me just show you the video and then I'm gonna elaborate.
I just got quoted $700 for a haircut.
Guys, trust me, it needs to be higher.
I thought that maybe there was some miscommunication and she thought I meant like coloring, maybe extensions, but no, it was just a haircut. I reached out to a hairstylist on Instagram who then had me text her a picture of my current hair and my hair goals, which I'll insert here.
Oh no.
It's basically a trim. I'm not getting anything drastic. Yes, I'm getting layers. The only reason why I'm going somewhere new is because I moved to Orange County a few years ago and I've been driving all the way to Temecula to get my hair cut, and I thought maybe I can find somewhere within like $150 range.
So $700 is actually insane for a haircut. It's not like she's going in there for a wedding haircut. You know how people have these wedding haircuts and they cost like, they're very expensive? Do they even cost $700? They probably do, don't they? Yeah, she just wanted a normal trim and she got back to her with a $700. She was like, oh yeah, actually that's just gonna cost you a small price of $700.
So they did invade Dawn of Rostov.
And honestly,
never said that I couldn't.
Like, at least
I only said that I couldn't afford trans Caucasian object. I'm sorry. If that is the truth, then the next video I will. Then in the future I will. Then in the future I will have to do a stream in a maid costume.
This is the text message that I got sent back.
This is the cut I'm looking for. No coloring, just the cut. And she said, great. AZ or OC? What the fuck does that mean? Great. Arizona or Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez? You know, the politician OC? What does that mean? AZ or OC? AZ or AC? Air conditioner? She wants air conditioner? Her cuts are $695. Is this okay? Why? Wait, so this girl...
Fraud!
It's not even $700. She's giving you a $5 discount. It's $695. Stop making a fake TikTok saying that $700. It's $695. Or she can refer you to her team and they are around $395. Why is she
Dawn, let's take over all of Dawn.
Just tell me, round it up. What's that thing? Round it up to 400 or 700. It's not $395, it's $400 for the team member. And what is the team? Like, is the team just a bunch of like rookies that are being trained? And she responds with the politician.
And they get a bigger setup.
Whatever her name is. And she says, just a cut.
Pardon my language.
And
balls.
No coloring? Question mark? And she says, yeah. $700 just for that.
I didn't even respond to the text message because are you out of your goddamn mind? I understand charging what you're worth as a hairstylist. I really do. But $700 for a cut, style, blow dry, someone needs to be humbled.
Do it yourself. So it's time to explain myself when it said that it should have been
because
the makeup artist that she was talking about is called, wait, am I exposing this girl? I'm not exposing her. Honestly, I
oh man, people are
so
dying.
I'm just gonna give her some free promo. She's called Hair by Chrissy. I looked her up and she has a TikTok account with 2.9 million followers, so she's also a TikToker. But the big reason why she's charging $700 is because her clients are influencers. It's not like she only takes influencers, but everyone that she tags in her TikTok account, they're all influencers. So this is like a hot spot for influencers to go dump their money at. And I'm like,
Gumikia.
You know they can afford it. Please charge like 2K, maybe 2.5K, because I know regular people are not gonna come to your hair clinic. Oh my, she's not a dentist. Hair, what's it called? They're not gonna come to your hair salon. So
this is all Germany.
Why are you stuck in the
well, guys,
you know these people.
If you can pronounce the softies out of Danish,
all of her clients. Take a look at this. At these videos.
I'm gonna subscribe.
Are you noticing something though? Are you noticing something? Why do they all look like the same person? All these different influencers? And why does it seem like it's always the same haircut? She seems to be doing this fluffy thing. Are you seeing this fluffy thing that's happening? There's this fluff happening in front, and it's like the same hairstyle, but it's always the fluffy front. I don't know what that's called, but they're all going for the same hairstyle, and all these influencers, they look like one person. If you could put these 50 influencers in one, I could probably not tell which one's which, and I would all call them Jessica. Now, this is not new at all because, well, the scenario is because this just happened a few days ago, but the fact that influencers pay so much money for a hairstyle is not new, because I remember a year or two ago I made a video where this influencer who lived in Cali flew all the way to Arizona to get a haircut, and the haircut was so basic, it looked so normal and not like crazy at all. And I don't know how much money she paid for the ticket, and don't forget that she also had to fly out a camera guy, and she also had to fly out her assistant just for a haircut in a different state, because apparently there's no other hairstylist in California. Moving on to a mommy slash restocking influencer, because I got a bone to pick with the restocking influencers. Oh my god, what a crazy waste. This restocking mommy posted restock my teenage son's bathroom with me. And there's no way you are restocking this for your son. Black toilet paper with, wait, what is that? So we're getting the theme here. All these balls going around. I have a feeling that your son likes balls. Like, is he a swimmer or something? What is that black thing? Mouthwash? Oh. Why does he need that many black Q-tips? Why are people using black Q-tips? If you're gonna clean out your ear, you know, how are you gonna see the wax? I feel like you can see the wax better in a white Q-tip. Or wait, am I not supposed to say that? Because you're not supposed to use Q-tips for your ears. People are gonna cancel me.
You guys, let me tell you something. Before you say anything about somebody, but you're saying Negro, make sure to check that they are from that they aren't from somewhere like
shampoo, more balls,
Spain or Mexico or a place that speaks Spanish, because Negro means black in Spanish.
Is her son gay?
Dos no.
Wait, she said teenager. Whoa, I thought maybe she was talking about a younger kid, but a teenager likes, this looks a little too childish for me. Going through her account, I found out that she was also lying. Like, Okay, why am I surprised that an influencer was lying? Like I just discovered a crazy secret. So apparently this influencer does a lot of videos with her dog, and I actually managed to find a video with her son. She only has one son, and tell me why this son does not look older than 8. So that's her son. So like she lied about having a teenage son to add all the CeraVe products, like the skincare products and all that bougie shit that she added to her bathroom, because it makes sense now why she was adding all those balls products. I'm guessing the kid likes football, and then she hits us with this CeraVe. She wanted to make this as overconsumption as possible, mixing the CeraVe in there, and I'm like, this is a child. I see now why the theme was football, because he's not actually a teenager. He's just a kid who's probably just 7-8 years old, and the only reason why she said teenager was because she wanted to show us the CeraVe products, the bougie mouthwash, the shampoo.
You get 20% of all my stuff.
Only video that she did restocking his bathroom, because you know what else I discovered? She did another restocking video for her son's bathroom 5 days before this. 5 days, not even like a month or two, because her son needs a bathroom restock every 5 days. With that many products that you put in that bathroom, I would think that it's gonna take him like 5 months to finish this whole thing. But 5 days, and she posted another one. This time a red toilet paper. What is that? What did she just throw away?
They're just saying that
she
Russia
sanitized his toilet, and then
so they're saying
wait,
that
I'm pretty sure those are not flushable wipes. Personally, I have never thrown unflushable wipes in my toilet, because that would be expensive as hell to unclog if that toilet clogs. But I feel like there are so many of my viewers who actually do not give a fuck, and they still use unflushable wipes in their toilet, which you should be in jail.
Oh god, I think I had a roadblock.
In 5 days.
Roadblock.
What the fuck is that red? Oh my god. What? Imagine the dad comes home and he sees this shit for the first time after his son got out of the bathroom, and he's like, sweetie,
come on.
Why does it need to be red? Oh my god, the mouthwash container. Let me get this straight. Hold up. Putting the mouthwash that already comes in a cup right there in another cup. It already comes with the tiny cup on the top. What is the purpose of this? Now we just switch to red. I can't. Oh my god, this is her teenage son's bathroom.
So I need to invade.
You don't gotta worry about her son doing crack. You gotta worry about her son doing CeraVe. Oh wait, I don't know. Actually, it's not called CeraVe. I remember I said CeraVe and people were making fun of me. Oh, it's not CeraVe. It's pronounced CeraVe. CeraVe? CeraVe. Whatever. So yeah, basically a full pile.
Yeah, guys, I'm not gonna continue on anymore.
Fake ass restocking videos. Most of the stuff in the video,
this virtual insanity.
It's crazy how.
But I had some fun time invading this. Now it's time. Now I wish I could do some of this stuff.
I never bought a useless product in my life. Like I never.
Since I haven't occupied any of their cities.
When you're born perfect, you actually never make mistakes. So if I'm gonna buy some useless products, I might as well make them useful, which contradicts itself. The first item that I got is the straw protector. So when you're at a party, you know how, because we party a lot around.
Yeah, I control all of its cities.
Like, what if a
they're all mine?
Yeah. Something to my drink, which I can't stop that. But what if I have a lid and I have a straw, and they're like, what if you does it through the straw? So I got a kitty / donut straw protector. This is so adorable. I wish they had like a black and white one for Stormy. This is perfect. I feel like one of those Stanley girls. I made a video about them like a year ago. One of them bought this and I made fun of her. And here I am. This cup, by the way, was sent to me by a viewer like a year ago. Look at how cute this looks. Moving on to the second product, to something that actually represents me. This product right here is how I feel on the inside.
Sorry.
This is supposed to be a tortilla / burrito wrap, which it's too small though. I'm so disappointed. Okay, what are we thinking? Do I look like a tortilla, or should I say a tortilla? Does anyone remember that Vine?
More like Hurricane Tortilla.
You need a bigger one.
Okay, so now Armenia owns this, and like, oh, you can invent Armenia. It wasn't my fault. They dragged me into this.
What is this? Is this for a baby?
Okay, it says declaring war and capturing cities. You can use diplomatic options like.
Let's not forget the mask, though. Wow. A dream to become a burrito. And for our final product,
You're not the war with so many countries.
Which you can't see. And
fine then.
Wait, it doesn't look as good as the picture. Can you see this? Let me wear it. Okay,
yes,
what do you think about this one? Did I waste my money on the dad bod fanny pack? Does it look realistic? I think it looks washed as hell. I don't think this looks good. Oh no, this does not look realistic.
Armenia, give me that man.
I feel like I want to prepare for the future when I get this kind of body. I don't know. This doesn't look good. Hey, baby girl, you got any kids?
Really?
I'm not feeling this vibe over here. It's just, it doesn't look real.
So it isn't saying anything about the main subject.
Maybe I can put my kids in the future? Yes, I can put my newborn right here. Okay, this is perfect. Now I'm liking it. Did I waste my money on useless products? You be the judge of that. Is it actually considered useless?
Why can't I just take a little bit of these?
Obama.
Another lie that's actually trending right now, you've seen that video of that dude that does that morning routine, and it actually did start a trend of influencers jumping into this. They're like, wow, if this dude got like 90 million views, we all gotta jump into this. And now influencers are trying to convince people that, hey, you gotta wake up as early as possible. And what they mean by as early as possible, they're not saying like, oh, 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. or hell, even 5 a.m. They're talking about waking
Russia
up
right now. It's all the way up here, and it's only my winter there.
This is the new trend. Influencers trying to convince people that they wake up at fucking 1 a.m. in the morning.
Day one of convincing you to wake up at 4 a.m. or at least earlier. It's 4 a.m. Let's get ready.
At least earlier, bold of you to assume that I'm gonna wake up earlier than 9 o'clock. 8 maybe 8 if you're lucky.
For the day. Most people are waking up reacting to alarms, notification, emails, texts, the rush of the day. It's giving panic, it's giving chaos. Already feeling behind and you just woke up. When you wake up at 4 a.m. or even just 30 minutes earlier, you switch from being reactive to being in control. Like, would you rather wake up and rush, scramble to get ready, skip breakfast, check your phone first thing?
Girl, this entire time you're like doing some crazy shit as if yours wasn't chaotic as well. You did the exact same thing as someone who would have woken up in a rush or hurry up because they're late for something at 4 a.m. Your entire preparation video was chaotic. You're like, did you see yourself do
alarms, notification, emails, texts, the rush of the day? It's giving panic, it's giving chaos. Already feeling behind and you just woke up. When you wake up at 4 a.m. or even just 30 minutes earlier, you switch from being reactive.
Okay, I understand waking up 30 minutes earlier. That I'm on board with. But how do we go from 30 minutes earlier to 4 a.m.? Like, bring it here, meet me here. Do not meet me here at the club. I don't go to clubs. I'm at home sleeping. 30 minutes earlier, yes. At the club, no.
To being up ahead of the game, your mind is clear, your body's energized, and you've already
6 a.m.? Wait, oh my god.
Made progress before most people even started their day. Hello? And nobody better.
I am not even surprised. This makes sense though. I would expect an influencer like this to take 50 pills at 6 a.m.
Come over here talking about hustle culture this, hustle culture that. Early mornings are not just about productivity. They're about self-mastery, okay? It's proof to yourself that you're disciplined enough to run your own day instead of letting your day run you. Waking up at 4 a.m. has changed my life. And every time you wake up earlier, you're reinforcing the habit of...
It's 7 o'clock and she basically did everything that she had to do throughout the day in 3 hours. She ate her breakfast, she got everything done, she went out for a walk, she did her journal. Oh my god, the journal people just trigger me for some reason. I'm sorry. She spent time with her kids, spent time with her husband or boyfriend. She had her 60 pills. She had her coffee. She also had her dinner at 6 a.m. Now all that's left to do
Yay!
is
So China's a real goat.
Reinforcing the habit of discipline.
In a jacket. Oh my god. So she came home with a jacket.
I just want this land of the. I just want the land of the South.
Because when you take pills,
Transnistria.
And then when it was time
Moldova
to actually do the dishes, she changed back into her jacket because you need a jacket when you
Northumbria.
And then she continues her.
Northumbria sounds like the weirdest thing ever.
Doing her work there.
Where even is Northumbria?
Inside her house. Is it not hot? Like, are you a cheapskate and you don't turn on your heater? Like that I would get. But I highly doubt that a person who takes 50 pills in the morning has a journal is trying to be a cheapskate, not turning on the heater. Why are you inside your house with a jacket as if it's like minus 50 degrees Celsius?
Boo!
Did I convince you? LOL. No. Actually, you weren't even close to convincing me to wake up at 4
Boo!
Just trying to get my girls on game here.
What the fuck is stretched all across Europe?
4 a.m. people, where you guys at?
Well, Czech Republic. Is that Czechoslovakia? Yeah, they've just stretched all across.
And peep the new Scarface night mask. It was an ad. How did I not see it? I feel so stupid.
I can't really explain it. I haven't got the words.
I was fooled by an influencer. I should have seen it. I should have known that this was an ad and she wasn't actually waking up at 4 fucking a.m. It was a fucking ad. Of course it's an ad. Of course it's an ad. But I bet you also missed the fact that during this entire video, there's been a potato in the background. And you know where potatoes come from? Fries. You guessed that right. This is an ad for McDonald's. That would have been a crazy ad. McDonald's, sponsor me. No, but we all know that they're trying to copy that dude, right? This guy. Lifestyle of an influencer before 10 a.m. He's doing all this. Why is he serving there though? Like what? Why is he serving? As soon as I saw that video, I'm like, why the fuck is he serving like that? Might as well throw it back for us or something. Oh, this water bottle. Did anyone see the sales for that brand? I forgot what brand the water bottle was. That brand did some crazy sales as soon as this dude's video went viral. That's all it takes to sell a product. Just have a dude go viral doing some dumb shit. Boom, you sell your product. Where's he going now? 6 a.m. The gym hates to see this dude coming. Why is he so aggressive when he runs? Like, and didn't he do that diving thing? Is this the part? Yeah, the diving thing. It goes from 736 to 740. Was he floating on air there for 4 minutes? Guys, let's try to make it like they're not even trying anymore. So yeah, no one's actually waking up at 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. No one is doing that shit. I feel like we all know and we're just tired of all these lies and lies after lies, like these constant lies. Can we end it? We get it. Social media is fake, but I'm just like tired of consuming these lies all the time. I feel like the only thing that's left that's real to being online is like hitting like and subscribe, because at the end of the day, you're hitting like and subscribe to me, and you know that when you hit like and subscribe to me, you're signing up for some mediocre videos. You know you're not gonna get anything fancy or crazy. So yeah, it's like a win-win for both of us. Moral of the story: don't believe everything that you see online. Everything is fake, and actually, I'm not even real.
Don't allow him to.
Where are the eggs? Oh, here we go. $15 for eggs? What is happening with inflation? Who is shopping here? Bill Gates? How can anyone afford these prices? What's nice? Oh, my pajamas? I can totally help you upgrade yours. No, I'm good. I can't even afford these eggs right now. You know what? Starving is totally trending right now. It helps you stay skinny. Eggs aren't that important. Just imagine how you'll feel if someone saw you in those ugly pajamas. Boo! You hugged your mom with those ugly pajamas? Yeah, what does that even mean? Really? That was the best one you got? Fine, I'll buy them. How much are they? $98. Oh my god, he literally just fainted over how luxurious these are. Swipe up to shop now. Hashtag dead people. Cake gate, tote bag gate, cookie gate, mug gate, and finally, pajama gate. All the Avengers are finally united. Never in my life did I ever think that I was ever gonna make a video about some overpriced pajamas. Like, this actually started a war on TikTok over some goddamn pajamas. Introducing the new bougie / luxurious brand for the man. Two popular influencers, Cicely and Stephanie, came together to make a product to sell, and they wanted to make a product that
so
them
hard to
and
make.
their audience relates to. You know, nothing crazy.
I remember
because
so
times are
many
tough right
things,
now,
like,
and people can't afford their groceries, so they decided to drop $98 pajamas.
But in all honesty, yesterday was another learning opportunity for us.
Absolutely.
Samantha and I cannot state enough about how proud we are of the quality of the pajamas that we are selling with For the Men's.
And we are so confident in the fact that everyone who has purchased one will absolutely love the quality of the product that they receive.
Yeah.
We are really grateful for the feedback that we have received about the price of the PJ sets. And in wanting to maintain that desire and that heart for why we started For the Mems in the first place, to bring something that we love and cherish so much to you guys.
Which is money. I mean, which is the memes, the pajamas. Yeah, that's what we wanted to bring to you guys.
We wanted to make it more accessible.
We wanted to make it more accessible, so we decided to price these at a very cheap price. Like, this is basically lower than Target or Walmart. Like, we're actually giving these to you for free for a small price of your left booty cheek and your Botox, aka $98. So they mentioned that they're very proud of the quality. They're like, oh, actually quality is really good. Quality, it's all about quality. That's why they're priced at $98, because actually my middle name is Quality. It's crazy because when my son wakes up every morning, he wants cookies. And instead of calling me mommy, he calls me Quality. So I'm like, sweetie, stop. You can call me mommy if you want. Actually, I got it on camera. Oh, good morning, sweetie. Your cookies are almost ready. Oh, good morning, mommy. Where are the cookies? Quality, mommy, quality. The cookies, where are the cookies? I gotta check out this quality, because if this product is actually really crazy good quality, then maybe they are worth $98. Fit and fabric. Okay, let's take a look at the fabric. I'm pretty sure it's probably like 110% organic cotton that they picked from an organic field. 100% polyester fleece. Not only is this the garbage polyester, which is just plastic, but you also want to give me fleece? This is actually the one for the kids, and it's not $98, it's $38. So let's go to the one that actually costs $98. Since that one was polyester, you're probably like, this better be some good quality, like top-notch quality. I'm hoping that they killed a bunch of babies and they got their skin and they put it on this, because you know how babies have this really smooth skin, and that's what they made these pajamas with? No? Too far? Okay, let's just stick with cotton. So this is 93% rayon and 7% spandex. So rayon is basically almost the same shit. You could say that it's just slightly better shit.
Like they're having an Azerbaijan.
$98 for... Girl, you could have picked a better designer, because what is this? This is the most
Normandy.
boring thing I've ever... $98. And if you're like, okay, lazy, if you don't want to buy them, just don't buy them. You don't have to be so dramatic over these stupid pajamas. Well, here's the thing. I totally agree with that, by the way. If you don't want to buy them, just don't buy them. But the problem is, one of these influencers tries to be very relatable to everyone else. Like, if you take a look at her videos that she does, she tries to sound very relatable, like she's not rich and all that. But then for her to drop some pajamas that cost $98, how is she expecting the working class and the people who can't afford this to pay for this? This is definitely not your target audience. Like, if this was Kylie Jenner, where we know that she's rich and most of her products are going to be very expensive, but also good quality. Now, I haven't
Gotta get that
Kylie
money.
Jenner's stuff, But I
want people to give me my money.
That much money. But when you're charging people so much and the quality sucks, how do you expect your viewers to buy this? When I was looking up Cecily, the TikToker that we're talking about, because I had no idea who this girl was, I came across this
I've been recording for an hour.
video that is truly insane. May of this year, Cecily posted a morning vlog for her grandma's funeral.
Province.
San Diego saying bye to my grandma. Goodbye, grandma.
Did I just watch a Get Ready With Me, My Grandma Just Died video?
Who doesn't want to watch a Get Ready With Me, My Grandma Just Died? I wanted to see the full video so badly, but obviously this was deleted. I couldn't find it anywhere. Those are the only couple of seconds that I could find, but how crazy is that? That when her grandma died, she decided that she was gonna vlog it. Get ready for my grandma's funeral. Same fucking energy as that influencer who vlogged going to her friend's child's funeral. And you know what one of the comments said under her video, under the original video? Brace yourselves for this shit. What straightener is that? And sorry for your loss. When you gotta ask people what straightener they're using for your hair, but also like try to match the video a little bit because her grandma just died. Oh, her grandma died. That sucks. Oh my god. What straightener is she using? What straightener are you using? Wait, I shouldn't send it yet. Because her grandma just died and I sound a little crazy. I should probably say something else as well, yeah. And sorry for your grandma's loss. Send. Let's see the coffin. The coffin looks so cute. What? I need to know, what coffin is she using? Wait, I can't send because that sounds a little out of touch. What I tell her. Also, your grandma had cute nails. Send. Are these people okay? Vlogging your grandma's funeral. People in the comment section asking what straightener she's using for her hair. What is happening in 2024? Get ready with me for my grandma's funeral. As you can tell, my grandma just died a few hours ago. She slipped and broke her neck. But this new foundation though, and allegedly someone found the password to their website because the password was apparently the name of the website. Me when I was 14 years old and making the password like my birthday, my name. Also, when they hacked the website, they allegedly found the real brand, which was Comfort Colors. And if you go on Amazon, it's $11.71. The markup for these pajamas is wild.
The For the Mems website, because the password was the name, proceeded to post all of this stuff on Reddit about how these poor quality, extremely flammable pajamas cost them all of $9 and they marked them up to $98. That person is doing the Lord's work. I saw a creator on here talk about the fact that when you have millions of followers, you either choose two paths. You either try to maintain your relatability, or you post your life and the aspects of your life that are so unattainable to the regular person that they just find it so fascinating.
I really do think they tried their hardest to like try to compete with all these bougie celebrities when you're not a celebrity, you're just a TikToker. Unless your life really looks absolutely crazy on TikTok, you cannot come out here, pretend that you're like a relatable TikToker and then sell your poor viewers $98 pajamas. And I felt so bad that an actual viewer of them posted a video and saying like, I'm sorry, but I really can't afford your pajamas. These are her viewers. Girl, just put those fucking pajamas for like $15 or $20. You'll probably still make profit. You know what's crazy about this thing? Almost $100 for pajamas, but shipping is still not free.
Conquistadors.
You know how much you have to pay to get free shipping? You have to spend at least $150 for free shipping. Otherwise, shipping is minimum $8. And for all my other viewers out there, you're probably like, Lazy, I actually live in like a Maple Land, like, yeah, Canada. Is shipping also $8 for me? Get out. Get out. So if you live in Canada, to qualify for free shipping, you have to pay $211. So relatable. Design-wise, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it would, but it's still a little... Oh my god. Is anyone seeing that? Chris, zoom in. Keep zooming. What the fuck is that? Does she have an infection, like a toe fungus going on? Girl, you did not pose for your brand with your toe fungus infection. If I ordered these and she gave me this exact pair that she's wearing, wouldn't I also get the toe fungus infection? I could probably sue her for that, right? For giving me a fungus infection? How can I order these? That is diabolical. Either that is an infection, or when they changed the colors of the product, they messed around with the hue. It made her nails look like she had a toe infection or something. Because that's not nail polish. Nail polish doesn't look like... This just looks like an infection. If you read the fabric description, it says 7% spandex. This specific set was dyed to match all over. Wait, this specific set died? Oh no, I didn't know that that set of pajamas died.
This is gonna be an extreme.
Don't you need like a comma here or something to separate this, because it doesn't make sense? And you couldn't have spell checked this? Also, they even say that you better size up, because as this print is prone to shrinking due to the all over print. AKA, this material sucks, so it's gonna shrink. This... Dad, please don't do this.
I don't get cave divers, like splunkers, like, bro, they be entering a cave called literally, like, I don't know. Balls. Balls. I mean, Beelzebub's big asshole, with a 900% fatality rate.
Oh my god. At this point, I'm not even cave diving anymore. I'm womb returning. Oh my god. There it is. I see it. Hello? Lucifer, wake up, baby girl. Wake up, Lucifer. So your colonoscopy was success, and we actually managed to find a hemorrhoid, so here you go. Actually, can I keep it? For like collection purposes? Cave diving.
Poland is just
the most entertaining, amazing, and probably the easiest sport out there. Said no one ever. If you don't know what cave diving is, well, it's basically people going into caves, like diving into caves. It's as basic as it sounds. It's cave diving. Honestly, I don't even know why I had to explain that to you. Like, if you didn't know what cave diving was, then are you okay, like, mentally? Cave diving has become such a popular thing.
Scotland.
It's because people are hearing it on the news
so you can barely see the color difference because
and
there
now
isn't.
They turned it into a TikTok meme. Cave divers, after finding literally 0.2 centimeters of space. That's what it is. Finding the tiniest hole that you can possibly find, and then
like, bro, cave divers, like, I've got my own cave divers meme. Cave dive.
And when I first saw this trend, I'm
my
like,
money.
Wow, people are getting really creative with these names.
Wait, I mean my.
Looking up the cave names.
My money.
They weren't even joking. Cave divers leaving behind their wife and kids to explore the devil's jungle, knowing damn well they can't get back out. You really gotta be unhappy as hell with your life to go cave diving. Like, maybe an easy cave. I understand that you're like, oh, I'm going into a cave. This is kind of fun for some reason, somehow. But going into like these tight, crazy caves when you have a family and kids.
Like cave divers, when the correct term is splunkers. Yeah, splunkers when they realize that there's a space in between. There's a space in between electrons.
After realizing they can explore their own holes. Who did the visual effects for this? Because they did an amazing job. Okay, those were all the memes that I had to show you. Now let's.
Well, cave divers better explore them. But I gotta
we're
explore.
Gonna stay right where we are. We're not gonna go jumping and.
But I go up down.
Caves. I'm gonna leave that to the people who are unhappy with their lives.
What? Warsaw.
Not that I'm like really happy with my life, but I'd rather just stay here, though, you know, because it's comfortable.
The Warsaw.
Cave misses air pocket and proceeds to freak the F out.
This is the waiting area.
Oh my god, look at how deep this shit is. This is crazy. He's just like... Imagine if you had small lips. This is when having big lips comes to play, because you can like stretch them out to get some air. Or a big neck, actually. Like.
Are you going, Jacob? Oh, he just bailed.
Oh! What happened? Oh my god, he's dead. The dude's dead.
I know bombing. Is it illegal to bomb France?
You're good. Oh my god! I'm coming out.
I don't get it. Was it Jacob the dude that ended up with the camera at the end, or was it the actual guy? They say Caver misses the air pocket, but did you even see what happened? It wasn't that he missed the air pocket. Well, he did miss it, but Jacob jumped into the whatever is happening, the water part here, and he pushed his friend out of the air pocket. If you replay it, he literally asks his friend if he's going in because there's no space here.
Are you going, Jacob? Oh,
so he pushed his friend out of his air pocket. I love my friends. But if one of my friends did this shit to me, I would not talk to them for years. Probably break up with them because I would die.
So I'm gonna use that airport.
Goofy ass friend.
Who cares about Yuga?
Like, oh, you know what?
It's not like I'm in friends of Yugoslavia.
Into the water.
To be like, so if we all become part of a faction, there will be no bad blood.
That would be so funny for the camera.
I mean, absolutely.
I would shoot him right there.
No bad blood.
Probably shouldn't say that. I would immediately leave and never talk to that friend again. Goofy ass friend. This is optional, by the way. It's also optional to bring your goofy ass friends. If I'm gonna do a crazy ass sport with this, I'm probably gonna bring the smartest friends that I have, which is just me. Wow, that's kind of sad that I'm like the smartest friend in the friend group, and I can't bring anyone else that's smart. Oh no, that's so sad. Oh my god, dude, there's no space. Oh, he's dead. This dude's dead.
Oh man, my arm is like pinned under me.
I'm only invading Netherlands so I can get to so I can get Amsterdam.
Scrolling through your phone, which is the worst thing to do. By the way, do not sit on the toilet with your phone because you're gonna be spending hours in there and then you're gonna end up with a big ass hemorrhoid. Learn my lesson.
Ooh.
Bad idea.
Really?
Bellaru's gonna do declare war on
Dude,
me.
he's like handcuffed. Look at that.
This is a really bad idea.
Yeah, you can't move your arms like your whole body. Dislocates the shoulder.
You got my arm out.
Oh. Pause the spell.
What now? I love how the camera was a priority there. Like, he finally got his arm out while the other arm is stuck behind him and he said he was numb or something. Like, probably not enough blood flow going through his body because he's pinched there. He's like a sandwich, like a peanut butter sandwich right now.
So, right as that happens, then I'm gonna use my power that I got.
I finally got one arm out. How do I get out of here? Maybe I should move the camera into like a different angle because this is like my bad side. Yeah, I don't look too good here. Yeah, let me just move the camera. That's better. Oh, I'm struggling. I don't know how to get out of here. He immediately grabs the camera.
Yakuta.
Why would you bring your camera with you? Like I get
Yakuta?
it's like an
Whatever
experience.
you-
I gotta vlog
Yakuta.
it. Oh, vlogging into a cave that I might die, possibly. No, for sure. That's like bringing a camera just to capture your own death.
Well, English is like super.
Picture quality is remarkable. It's already becoming a meme in the Philippines.
So the craziest story that came out of the cave divers was actually a story in 2009, I believe, the Nutty Putty Cave, which is about a couple of guys who go cave diving and they actually get stuck in the cave, and I think one of them dies in there and they couldn't rescue his body from the cave. So it's been years and the body can still be found in that crazy cave that he died in.
In 2009, John Jones was exploring the Nutty Putty Cave, and he decided he wanted to go through one of the tightest stretches. He noticed it was really tight.
Why? Why did he think this was gonna be a good idea? Oh, you know what? If I'm gonna go cave diving, I'm probably gonna go into the tiniest hole. Is that why
tight? But he read about this part of the cave, and he knew that if he just kept persisting, he would safely get through. The only problem is that John had taken a wrong turn and was at
the movie
charted part of the cave. This stretch was so
Archangel
John became stuck upside down. After a 27-hour rescue attempt, he eventually passed away. The cave was permanently sealed to serve as John's tomb.
Oh, it was sealed. Okay, so rest in peace to John. This is actually a really sad story. I just realized I made a dumb joke. I will never grow up, honestly. My humor is just too stupid. Do you want to see the actual position that John was stuck in? And when I first saw this, he had to stay in this position, by the way. What was it, 24 hours? I would have died. Well, never mind.
Goodness.
Michael wriggled his way
God.
through while Henderson followed closely behind. Henderson had to contort his body, twisting and turning to navigate the sharp bend. Suddenly he stopped. Michael, just in front of him, noticed his struggle and moved to help. The sharp limestone walls pressed against them, scraping their skin as they struggled.
Why would you do
the
this?
Cave's silence was soon replaced by the sound of panic breathing and muffled shouts as Michael tried to free his friend.
How would you actually help your friend here when you're both in there like worms?
My ranking.
How? Like, was he really just pushing it with his head?
His friend was unconscious.
Wait.
Trapped and unable to move. He could only shout
so
for
many
help.
things.
Wait, hold
that
up.
Feels...
If they are both stuck here, and this guy
when
dies
I'm in
right
a
here,
Molly.
how is he gonna get out?
Maldi's still technically a
Some,
country,
like,
but there's nothing
Final
inside of it.
Destination type shit. Actually, new movie just came out, by the way. I haven't watched it yet. But imagine this entire time you're trying to help your friend get out of this, but then you realize that your friend died upside down. And how is he gonna come out if his friend is blocking the way? Oh my god, I can just imagine the horrors of like this being in a movie. There's no hands. Since you realized you couldn't push him out, would you like bite him and like try to drag him down? Oh no, this is like some scary horror shit. What if you like start eating your friend because you can't do anything else, and then you eat the whole body and then you can move, but the bones are falling, so you keep eating and you kind of keep yourself away from starvation, but you also, I don't know how my brain thought of that, but that is some like crazy I'm so sorry. I've watched way too many scary movies. I found a bunch of videos from these cave divers, and I gotta say, I love the titles that these people put in their videos. For example, don't ever go in here. Really? Oh, I was definitely thinking about going into this hole over here, like waking up at night and stressing like, do I go into that hole? Thank you for the big tip not to go into the hole, by the way. High anxiety inside Petty John's cave. Really high anxiety? As if I don't have enough anxiety just by doing absolutely nothing, like going grocery shopping and talking
That's
to
one of the
people
biggest
who work
cities in this
there, like
game.
anxiety through
Even
the
bigger
roof,
than
just by talking to
Shanghai.
people? You're telling me high anxiety inside Petty John's cave as if
Czechoslovakia has more population.
Tiny ass cave.
Look good.
The hole being tinier than a virgin's booty hole. You expect me to like go into this high anxiety cave? Not just me, but I feel like 99% of people,
So
in the thumbnail, very, very helpful not to go in there. Devil's Eye Spring. Free dive to beware of death sign. Really? You don't want me to go into Devil's Eye Clitoris? Damn, that was like my biggest dream, to go into the Devil's Eye Clit or something. There's actually a sign underneath the water telling people, hey, you're gonna die if you decide to explore here. Really? Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna explore right now. What does that say? Let me see what that says, buddy. Stop preventing your death. Go no further. There's nothing in this cave worth dying for. Do not go beyond this point. How many? Oh my god, this image though, that would scare the fuck out of me. Not that I would go in there to begin with, but this image would make me take a shit right there. How many people had to die for people to actually put a sign in
still behind Palestine
cave to warn
Look
them
at
not
this.
to go in there?
Stretches all the way from Georgia to Georgia.
Oh my god, this dude's running out of breath.
Yeah. Czechoslovakia stretches all the way from Georgia to Georgia.
Oh,
well,
dude,
from
hurry up.
one part of Georgia to the other.
Ran out of breath.
And also in the middle part of Georgia, that's Polish Georgia.
In video games for too long.
Yeah, this is Georgia, Georgia, Polish Georgia, Dutch Georgia, soon to be, and that's soon to be France, Georgia.
2 hearts so far.
Not state, the country, which is a real thing.
I think we gotta squeeze under this rock.
Oh. No, you don't. You don't have to squeeze under that rock. You can just go back to your family that loves you. Just go back to them. I think we're gonna have to squeeze under this rock that's the size of my pinky. We have to go in there. Have to. Guys, I think there's a hole in my wall. Like a tiny crack. I can see a
Crimean War.
Right there. You know what that means, right?
I'm not gonna ask for Crimea.
I think we gotta squeeze.
I think we gotta squeeze under this rock. And the other friend was like, oh. Yeah, I can do that. Let me just dislocate my shoulders and I can fit right in here. I got you. I would leave. So these couple of friends go so deep into this cave. They don't call this the Devil's Prolapse Portal for nothing. Well, they don't call it that, but I feel like that name would have been better for whatever the name of the cave was. That they actually get stuck in here, and when I tell you this is probably the smallest hole where they could only move their feet, and for some reason they were like, let's go in there and let's go deeper. The children that I have home? Fuck them children. Look at this. Look at
It's basically Flanders.
Where are they going?
Relays Flanders.
Oh
Czechoslovakia. What is Czechoslovakia trying to do?
Completely crushed here. This is the space. This is the fucking space.
Faster.
That these people. How? How?
Oh, guys.
Wow.
So funny. I would panic. Why are they laughing?
I didn't think we were gonna send it as far as we all did.
So I need to beat Nigeria, but
oh my
problem.
That's insane.
Yeah. So
I
cool.
just want to have the thing. Okay, so if I can take over the United Kingdom, then I can technically get all of that means I can technically get all of Czechoslovakia.
Made me learn that I'm actually claustrophobic. Not that I didn't know this before, but it feels like I am very claustrophobic because my anxiety would kill me. I mean, it's killing me just by watching this, seeing these people going
Toledo.
to holds.
They're like invading this, but they are allies of Germany. Attacking Germany is it seems pretty easy right now.
You know, I would pick that any day. If they give me two options, either die or die, I would obviously pick number die. And the way I would die would most likely be at the Taco Bell eating their entire menu. So we get it. The worst thing that you can possibly do is go cave diving and get stuck into these tiny holes and whatever. But you know, there's actually something even scarier than cave diving, because by the videos that we're watching, we can see that all of them have friends, which can relate. But what if someone goes alone? And someone did go alone, and the video is titled "Stuck Alone in a Cave, Anxiety Warning." Did he get anxiety, or is he telling me that I'm gonna get anxiety? Because if you got anxiety, why did you decide to do this
there's Orleans,
when you had problems with anxiety to begin with?
New Orleans, Houston, Austin, San Antonio, Las Vegas, Phoenix, Los Angeles.
And this is when the guy decides that he was gonna squeeze right between my butt cheeks here. You know, he saw these butt cheeks, and he's like, I'm gonna go in. And surprisingly,
Eugene, Oregon. Okay.
This is his position.
Albany, Salem.
Oh.
Water's right here. There's no room for me to move my head.
Campbell was actually Albany.
Go back.
My mouth goes underwater.
Oh my god, the bugs.
Pushing it down.
Now go back.
Go back.
Okay, guys, we just took Paris.
Oh my god, the bugs. Is anyone seeing the bugs? Yeah. Show us the angle. Yeah. That's, we care about the angle right now, because I don't even feel bad anymore. Like, you can't have common sense if you're stuck in a tiny cave with water, by the way, which makes it even worse. Alone, okay, with all the bugs. Dude, if the cave wouldn't kill me, those fucking bugs would kill me, because I am bugophobic as hell. Bugs scare the fuck out. Like, I scream like a little girl if a tiny bug touches me, and I'm not even kidding right now. But he was like, it's actually getting tighter. So we're gonna go deeper because it's getting tighter. And
so now it is officially. So now if I just take this thing, that means that shit goes all the way from me to me.
Can you guys see it? I can't really breathe right now, but I'm just making sure that you can see the angle.
This is not good.
No? Oh. What gave that away? Is it the cave? The bugs? The water? The can't breathe? Huh. I wonder why he said that.
Legit. To move forward, I have to dig the rocks out.
Why are you moving forward? Why are you moving forward, though?
The ceiling even collapses like an inch. I'm squished like a bug.
I think you're actually squishing the bugs, but...
If I want to stand my head up, I can't. It just goes underwater.
Thank you for showing me that. I didn't believe you. I really like the fact that he's completely ignoring the bugs. They're just like all over the place. And he showed us that if I move my head right now, I can't breathe. So he pulls this move. Did you guys see that? I just proved you that I can't move my head. Really? Trust me when I say this, no one was doubting you that you couldn't breathe or couldn't move. No one on earth was doubting you. Why are you doing this? What the fuck was that?
What an interesting turn of events.
It sounded like a fucking beast was in there. Some of these caves have such a small opening, like literally the size of maybe a peanut or something, and to go in there you can't actually fit, so you have to exhale all the way out. And I've seen people say, oh, I gotta dislocate my shoulder to move past this area or something. Bitch, what the fuck do you mean you had to dislocate your shoulder? Like this is Hunter x Hunter? Oh my god, anime reference that my editor has no idea. Where Killua was handcuffed and he dislocated his joints just to get out of the handcuffs. Does anyone remember that scene? Like, how crazy do you have to be to dislocate your shit just to get into a cave? Like, look at this. Oh. Can't fit. So they exhale and then they go in. So fun. What's next? What are you gonna dislocate next? Your penis? What if like your penis is rubbing on the ground and you're like, oh. The cons of having an 8-incher.
Taking over Germany is crazy.
I knew someday you'd get in my way and be a hassle. I should have chopped you off. That looks like someone's hole. I'm not even trying to be funny. That literally looks like someone's hole right there. Like, and the way they just go in, where they make it seem like they're having fun. They're like, oh, a tight hole. Are y'all okay mentally? Like, what is actually happening with your life for you to think that this is gonna be fun and this is a good idea? Oh, hell no. Claustrophobia trigger just watching it? Now, I gotta say this. I truly believe that the people who go cave diving, they have the opposite of claustrophobia, which would be open phobia. Like, they have this normal space and they're like, they can't breathe because it's too much space for them. So they'd rather be like in a tight cave where they're crushed and they can barely breathe to feel normal. I'm convinced that's the only reason they have open phobia. Cave diving gone wrong.
Bravely ventured deep into a cave carved by an underground river. Out of the blue, the water rose sharply, and they found themselves in a crisis like never before. The cold water was eating away at their breathing space, half of Jack's face already engulfed by the icy river. Inside the enclosed cave,
I do not want to know if these are holes or bugs or worms.
Even greedy gulps for air could lead to suffocation due to the lack of oxygen.
Greedy gulps?
The escape was...
Sir, it's free. The air is free. You don't have to go into this cave. You know you're crazy when someone's saying greedy gulps for air.
Their cave stretched on, deep and seemingly bottomless, with the water nearly kissing the cave ceiling.
The water kissing the cave ceiling? I didn't know caves were freaky like that. Oh, keep that shit in private. I don't want to see you two kissing. If I wanted to see you two kissing, I'd rather just watch PORN.
One wrong turn could spell even greater danger. Finally, after a sharp read of the water currents,
they made it out.
They stumbled upon a more spacious area.
Now, the best part about this, as we all said, you don't have to. Like, don't. Or no vayas. Wait, is that how you say it? No vayas?
No vayas.
No vayas.
A group of 10 experienced cavers were descending into a cave when they came across a very narrow passage.
Why are there like worms in there? They love doing it.
Through one of its most difficult sections.
They look so excited. What do you mean checking out? The people had common sense. They were slightly on the smarter side. They're like, death or risk my life for absolutely nothing. Crazy choices. I'm not gonna risk it.
However, they didn't realize that above ground, a sudden and intense thunderstorm had begun. According to their map, there was supposed to be a small stream in the cave, but the water level was rising at an alarming rate. The 6 cavers desperately tried to swim up the cave to reach larger chambers, but all of them drowned.
Chicago.
AI, I swear to God. I thought he was gonna say give us a plot twist, but AI saying they just drowned. Oh, like no emotion, no nothing whatsoever. They drowned. That's how they end the story. Okay, that's enough booty holes for today. What do you guys think? Do you think you would ever go cave diving with me? What if I gave you $20? Would you do it?
The Ukraine has been split up 3 ways.
I'm gonna ask Stormy because I feel like people love her more than me. Viewers, please like and subscribe so you can feed me more. Thank you. You heard her, people. people, let's get to liking and subscribing because she's hungry. And for everyone who wants to watch my videos a day early, you know what to do. Just become a member and you get to watch my videos a day early and ad-free. It's as simple as that. And thank you to Tara, Kaylee, Haunted Nightfall, McFuji, and Samsung Remote BN59 for being members. Oh, by the way, I still haven't thrown away the 2004
Armenia and Azerbaijan. I'm still keeping them as my puppets.
I don't know what I'm keeping it for though. Like, souvenir?
Hanover.
Hey everyone, this is Van Life Girly 29 Miranda. Van Life Girly 29 Miranda. Everyone's been asking to see my van, so you know what? Let's just start with my kid's bedroom or my kid's closet. This is their closet. Oh, looks like Sarah's there. Hi Sarah, what are you doing, sweetie? Oh, she's reading a book. She's so smart. That's why I love her. What's the book, sweetie? How Not to Die. Really, Sarah? When mommy's recording a video?
So I've taken over these areas. The high, goddamn.
But mommy loves her, obviously. Get rid of this. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is what you should be reading. Zero belly smoothies. Because if you get fat, you won't be able to fit here anymore. You know what? You're grounded. Go to your room. Yeah, stay there. So moving on to our bed, me and my husband's. It does come with a heating system, massager, cooler, AC, everything that you can possibly ask for. Yes, my cat does sleep with us because I love her more than my actual children. Oh my god! Van Life parents are still thriving on TikTok, doing their best to keep those kids locked up in that van where the parents get to sleep in a king-size bed. But the kids, you know, the kids get a full, whole, entire closet. And when I say kids, I don't just mean one kid. It's usually 2 or more kids sleeping in one closet. And after YouTubers started talking about them, they actually stopped making these
Not that
videos
cash
because
money
they
stream.
might take their child. I wonder why. Why do you think they would do that?
Number 9.
They're back on TikTok, and I think it's time to expose them again.
This is night 3 of solo van life. We have been having.
Man, people have so many weird things in this game.
Gotten into a little.
So the daughter sleeps there with the mom? Okay, this might not be a bad one. I see things have improved. Okay, her son has a couch here. Honestly, that's not bad at all. And the daughter gets to sleep with the mom. This is one of the good ones.
Bit of a routine. Every night, Ben's.
Wait, where does the daughter go? Where did the daughter go?
Spreads out his sleeping bag. Molly goes ahead and hops up into her bunk. I like to make sure the van is clean because I like to wake up to a nice clean home. In the morning, it took me literally 3 minutes to get it clean. Put the vacuum up, turn the lights out, and go to bed.
Rewind. It's rewind time. I really thought that the daughter was gonna sleep here with the mom, but apparently the daughter has her own kitchen cabinet along with the other ingredients in there, like the peanut butter, the pasta, you know, just like the rest of the kids who also like to sleep in a kitchen cabinet. What do I feel like that the kitchen cabinet is actually safer than what she called the bunk? Because what is stopping this girl from just falling? There's literally nothing stopping her from falling.
I like to make sure the van is clean because I like to wake up to a nice clean home. Minutes to get it clean.
Look!
Put the vacuum up.
I am so happy that she has her priorities straight and she makes sure that
Okay, so guys, we this was just a side quest. This is the big course.
Hey, she might fall.
I don't need to protect my mainland.
Floor that's clean and not dirty. Oh my god. Mom, I fell. Oh my god, sweetie! Wait, but is the kitchen floor clean though? Yeah, I guess, but what has that to do with me falling? Mom, I think I broke my legs. I can't feel them. Oh then again, is the kitchen floor clean? The fact that the dog sleeps with the mom and not the daughter? All the priorities.
We bought our van in May of 2021, and it's about time for a van tour. We travel part-time with our 2 little girls, and it's enough space for the 4 of us. Both of the front seats swivel to open up the living area, and the lagoon table moves easily to expand our counter space. We love the mini fridge freezer combo. It holds about 4 to 5 days of food. The kitchen sink runs on an electric pump with 2 7-gallon tanks, 1 clean and 1 gray.
Okay, it's looking a little tight so far. I hope the beds are big, you know?
Toys are stored under the kid row, and the kid row stores the one.
Okay, we don't care about that.
1,000-watt inverter and 2
Get the King Dynasty, King Dynasty, or whatever you pronounce it.
No one cares about
You
your
got Kazakhstan.
that has an inverter with 5,000 watts and
This entire place doesn't need to be reset. Like,
I would have paid attention
it's
to my
okay if we have this entire
Show
place
us the
just
beds.
split in half.
Solar panels on the roof. This is enough power to charge our electronics and power the lights, 2 max air fans, fridge, and sink.
Obviously, they have the vents right above their bed. Frankie sleeps under the bed with the curtain.
Curtain open for
Oh, the dog sleeps there? Oh, that's not bad.
ventilation, and Marin sleeps in bed with us. This little bench seat holds Nature's Head compost toilet, which has a fan that connects outside so stink is not an issue. And last but not least, the garage. If it looks a bit chaotic, you're right, but the bungee net helps keep.
Where does the other kid sleep?
For storage on the other side too. We're finally about to make some big changes,
Where's
so
the
follow
other-
along to see what we come up with.
She said she had 2 kids, and one of them slept with her, and the dog slept.
You gotta take Hamburg. Take Hamburg over.
Oh my god, she didn't mention that she had a dog, did she? Oh my god.
He sleeps under the bed with the curtain open for ventilation.
Frankie sleeps in the dog prison or box or whatever you call those. I thought Frankie was the dog. Frankie is the son. With curtains open for ventilation? What if the curtains accidentally just fall? Is Frankie getting enough air down there? This is literally a dog container. What do you call those containers where you hold your pets? You know, these things. This one's for my cat, and I know it's blue and my cat is a girl, but you know I'm all about gender bending, neutrality, minority, specificism, bondage rules on this channel. That's why it's blue. But you know how dogs have a bigger one? That's what this is. Her son is literally sleeping in a dog's cage. Yeah, and this is where my daughter Frankie sleeps. Frankie, say hi to the camera, sweetie. Hi, everybody. Mom, I'm not getting enough air down here. Like, it's getting hard. It's getting really hard to breathe. Frankie, what did mommy say about you shutting your hole when mommy's recording? I know. I'm sorry, but I'm having a hard time breathing, Mom. I'm sorry. Okay, fine. Since you're always complaining about, Mom, I don't get enough air down here. Oh my God, Mom, I think I'm gonna suffocate. You want more air? I'll give you more air. Let me close this so you can have all the air that you want in the world.
This little bench seat holds Nature's Head compost toilet, which has a fan that connects outside so stink is not an issue.
You could have 50 fans down there and you would still be able to smell my poop. And how is the toilet literally next to the bed though? Like, what if my poop like really stinks and it's really loud? Not that it actually is loud, but let me poop in peace. I can't even fucking force it out without being scared that my mom is literally right there seeing me forcing it out and smelling my shit. Literally.
Here we ended up.
This is the woman that we reviewed last time.
This folds down to make it easy for them to climb in. Latches so they won't fall out. Have our kitchenette area with a little fridge.
Oh, thank God that folds down. Adds so much space. Hey, those kids might not be sleeping, but at least they're not falling. This is why we need videos like these, because after people were calling her out that there's no space for her kids, she actually did make some space for her kids. Believe it or not, it is possible. Oh, wow. Oh my God. You could have actually given your kids some more space, but you didn't do it? You actually had the option to give your kids more space, but you originally didn't do it? Why?
So the kids' bunk beds do look a little bit smaller from the outside because we had to put railings on them because our kids are little toddlers and they will roll out of bed if not. So the opening is smaller so that they don't.
Since we invaded.
Bed, but then inside it's tall enough for them to sit up in if they want to sit in there and look at books or play with some toys before bed. And it's bigger than like a.
This is what happens when you let a bunch of people who don't know nothing about politics run countries.
On the inside than what we thought, but the bed is still tight though. Just because you added more space above, where now when they get up, they don't have to hit their head on the top.
I know I'm just invading. I know it's bad that I'm just invading this for the city of gay, but come on, gay.
Bus life. Isn't the answer pretty clear? The traveling, that's the advantages of living in a van life?
One of you.
What the hell is even that?
Huh? Yes, we're back again for more awful and
Vienna,
hilarious rip-offs
where
of
sausages
your
come
favorite
from.
movies. Buckle up.
Goodbye, Bavaria. And now I run. Now I can say I run.
The
to
2016
this
DreamWorks
place.
movie Trolls, entirely based on some ugly dolls that were last popular in the 90s, was a surprising hit. Heck, the thing spawned 2 sequels. But have you ever heard of its obligatory terrible copy, Troll Land?
Whoa! That was close. Ow!
I think that clip speaks for itself. Troll Land is a project from infamous studio The Asylum, a production company that exclusively deal in mockbusters, that is, rip-offs of Hollywood movies. The Asylum usually release their knockoffs around the same time as the original, hoping to confuse somebody's poor grandma into picking up their version instead. Because let's face it, ain't nobody gonna be buying this unironically.
It worked.
Olaf!
Come out of there, you little... Whoa! Gotcha.
Troll Land is possibly the most hideous thing I've ever laid eyes upon. Is it possible to get car sick while sat on the couch? As for the plot of this steaming pile of you-know-what, spoilers ahead for Troll Land. The trolls play pranks. The main troll doesn't like pranks. He befriends a kid and changes troll society to like friendship instead of pranks.
Oh my God!
That's literally all. Of course, with a whole heap of high-octane action along the way.
Yes, sir. Are you okay? It's all my fault. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Apologize later. Running now. You run faster. No, you don't. One's good. Just gotta catch one.
I have to say, it's actually pretty impressive that this feature-length movie looks worse than friggin' Skibbity Toilet. Well done, guys.
Mr. Stigglebottom, if you're keeping the troll secret, what are you gonna do with all your traps?
Well, Bigfoot's still out there.
Come on. Even I don't believe in Bigfoot.
But the Asylum don't just make sickening animated movies, oh no. They also produce sickening live-action slop.
Let me introduce you to Hornet.
This is Hornet.
Say hi, Hornet.
Hello.
Hornet was released back in 2018 to coincide with the release of Bumblebee, in case that wasn't obvious. But unlike its inspiration, Hornet is a found-footage horror movie about aliens possessing people. I'm deadly serious.
This is a joke? Hey, get away!
Is this a joke?
This isn't funny, okay?
He's leaving.
What? Okay. Guys, he has a hatchet.
Put it.
Hey, morons, just drive away? This one may not be as outwardly offensive as Troll Land, but I'd say it's something even worse. Boring. At least, if it were so bad it's good, there'd be some entertainment value in mocking this, but there's absolutely nothing worthwhile in forcing yourself through this slog.
Perm.
Protect makers.
Hornet winds up turning evil and attacking them, then turning good again and saving them. It's a real whirlwind of emotions. It sucked. Just look at some of these comments on a YouTube upload of the movie. Pretty poor quality, basically D-level.
This is
Your own. Okay, let's get gay.
My personal favorite. All you sick, twisted critics, make or produce your own movie and let us see how good you are. Okay, that last one was defending Hornet, but it was so funny I had to share. This clip accurately sums up what it felt like to watch.
Just let me know when you're ready. No.
Now, sometimes a rip-off movie steals from more than just cinema. Enter Agent Beetle, a 2012 movie designed solely to profit from the MCU's success by ripping off a variety of different superheroes, most notably Blue Beetle, who wouldn't wind up with his own movie until 2023. So, what did fans have to settle for until then?
Marcia.
Well, I don't know about you, but I much prefer this one. After all, it has my favorite movie villain of all time in it, Screamy Fella.
Or outside.
He wanted a demonstration, that's all.
He just loves screaming.
Maybe he found some bug spray. I hear it works on spiders.
Maybe you should try it on you. Stop it, Stinger! Stop it now!
What the hell? Oh my God, no way!
Unfortunately, Little Screamo is barely in the movie, reducing an already low score even further. If I had to describe Agent Beetle in a single word, distill its many deep themes and interconnected plots down to one utterance, it'd be cringe.
This is so cringe.
The movie's director, Brett Kelly, is a prolific purveyor of crap like this, with some of his most notable offerings being a series of awful shark movies. Jurassic Shark, Raiders of the Lost Shark, Ouija Shark, Kaiju Glam Metal Shark Attack, and of course, Nano Shark. And I'd rather be watching literally any of them. I think IMDb user Silent put it best in his review of Agent Beetle when he said, "Even if you are as forgiving as me, this movie will make you want to search out people affiliated with it and beat them publicly." But not all superhero knockoffs can hope to be as good as Agent Beetle.
Okay, kill Ufa.
Oh no. You've seen The Dark Knight, now get ready for The Black Knight Returns.
Bruh.
Prepare yourself for an experience that on
I'm in
some
5th
planets
place.
May incorrectly be described
I'm
as
still behind
entertainment.
India.
Witness the iconic
Can't
Black
see why.
Knight as he fights crime, armed with his trusty styrofoam cowl and... No, not the Black Knight. Oh, dear God, no. Who will save this city now? Oh. Yep, the Black Knight gets offed in the first 10 minutes of the movie. But, unfortunately, another guy takes on the mantle, and we need to sit through a whole another hour of this. I just want to take this opportunity to point out that the only version of this movie I could find was a YouTube rip that had been recorded on somebody's phone, complete with an email pop-up in the ads. Not even the person who cared enough to upload the movie cared enough to make it look good. And I only mention this because the movie sucks immensely, and I'm desperate to discuss anything else. The Black Knight Returns is the epitome of amateur slop. I've seen better films right here on YouTube, created by teenagers in their parents' garage.
Who put these samples here? Who authorized these samples?
I feel like some piece of my soul has decayed and died after sitting through this thing, really. And the things I do for you people.
I am dead inside.
I could really do with a palate cleanser after the slop I've just been force-fed, but instead, here's Cruel Jaws. 3 guesses what it's ripping off. The OG Jaws released back in 1975, so given that the cruelified movie released 20 years later, in 95, it's gotta be better, right? After all, filmmaking came such a long way.
Get out of the water! Everybody, get out of the water! There's a shark! Look, there's a shark!
I didn't edit that. That's just how it is. That was the director's vision, people. That's the thing I remember most about Cruel Jaws. The cuts are so jarring and unnatural. I stopped to check several times if I was watching an edited version of the movie.
It was a shark, all right. And a big one.
Are you all out of your minds?
What the hell was that?
Now, what's worse is a lot of the shots from this thing are actually taken directly from the Jaws movies and some other shark attack flicks. Just straight up stolen. There's also a bit where they play the Star Wars theme for some reason. From sadistic sandwiches to burning buildings, prepare yourself for some more sordidly sumptuous schadenfreude as we take a look at even more extreme
gonna become a
stories
huge
of revenge
panhandle.
that went too far.
This is already a huge panel handle.
A secret snip. Reddit user A Quiet Borderline posted a diabolical story shared with them by their late friend, who we'll call Nina. Nina was an only child with 2 loving parents, but they'd had such a difficult pregnancy that her dad had chosen to get a vasectomy after she was born. For a time, everything was great. And then when Nina was in college, her mom was diagnosed with extremely aggressive ovarian cancer. You'd think her husband would be as supportive as he could, right? About that. While her mom slowly decayed in a hospital. Some say revenge is a dish best served cold. Well, those people are wusses. Revenge is best served flamin' hot and covered in spiders. Yep, it's time for more dastardly tales of fiendish vengeance. So, from some truly impressive uses of dog duty.
Yeah, this is a big panhandle. You want to know why there's this gigantic panhandle?
Stories of revenge that went way too far.
Oh yeah, guys, this is all huge. We got very big.
Send in your own terrible tales of vengeance, and boy, did you. Take this one, sent in by a fan we'll call DM. Back in South Carolina in 1998, when he was in high school, DM's girlfriend ditched him for another guy. Let's call him Chad. Now, DM knew Chad. He lived in the same apartment complex. Also, he knew that Chad drove a Camaro that he loved more than life itself. So, heartbroken and enraged, DM thought up a gnarly way of getting back at him. He began by setting an animal trap in the dumpster of a local Chinese restaurant. Then, he waited. About a week later, he'd caught 2 huge, smelly raccoons. It had worked. Now, our hero needed to act fast and snagged himself a vehicle entry kit from the auto shop he worked at. Around 1 a.m. that night, when all was silent, our guy snuck down to the complex's parking lot. After grabbing the caged raccoons and locating Chad's car, DM used the entry kit to pop open the lock and proceeded to drop the 2 supersized animals inside. Then he quickly shut them in and snuck back to bed. The next morning, Chad woke up to a supremely nasty surprise. His precious Camaro was utterly ruined. The raccoons had spent the entire night fighting, pooping, peeing, and tearing up the inside of his beloved vehicle. Staring down who knows how much in repair costs and completely unable to get the stench of raccoon dookie out of the interior, Chad was forced to scrap his darling car. I hope he enjoyed taking the bus. I'm sure DM enjoyed watching.
I think I'm the biggest.
Pranks a lot. I love a good prank as much as the next guy, but there are limits, people. Something Redditor Tremendo the Great apparently doesn't understand. Sometime in the 2010s, Tremendo was trying to work, but kept relentlessly getting prank called by his pal, Mike. Hey, if it was a prank war Mike wanted, then it was a prank war he'd get. But rather than drag out the fighting, Tremendo decided to finish things with a single move. Knowing Mike was enjoying the single life right now, he got to work gathering free legal documents online. Income disclosure, visitation schedules, statements of parental rights.
My money!
Tremendo was going to serve Mike paternity papers and convince him he was a dad. After filling them out and crafting an emotional cover letter from the phony mother, an Irish exchange student named Eliza, it was time. Now, Mike was a popular local bartender, and Tremendo wanted to amp up the carnage to 11. So he enlisted another friend, one Mike had never met, and instructed him to deliver the documents at 10 p.m. on Saturday night.
There's no saying the unrest is too high.
To be packed. He also let Mike's boss know what was going to happen, trusting him to play along. When the time came, Tremendo hid away from the bar, so his laughter wouldn't give anything away. Then his pal approached, coldly served Mike the paternity documents, and left. Cue 10 minutes of absolute terror as Mike ran around the place like a headless chicken. He poured himself several drinks to try and calm his nerves before dashing to his boss and begging him for advice. After a long conversation that probably centered around responsibility, his boss finally relented. A huge smirk formed on his face as he told Mike to take a closer look at the final page of the documents. There, in minuscule size 2 font, was the phrase, "Go frick yourself, Mike." Mike's face twisted into a strange mix of relief and anger, and he ran over to Tremendo, who was in hysterics, before thwacking him hard in the chest. But it was a small price to pay for Tremendo. The prank war was over as swiftly as it had begun.
Those cities are worth like 2 cents.
To enact my righteous revenge, you should really drop a like and subscribe to my channel.
But these cities...
That's your only warning. And if you have a revenge story you're itching to tell, shoot me an email at revenge@beamazed.com. You could make it into the next episode. Firing a coworker. Lunchtime is sacred. If someone interrupts me and my can of Campbell's SpaghettiOs, oh, it's beatdown time. Clearly, Redditor Detroit Yeah Dude agrees. See, back in 2015, while working a job in a big factory, he fell afoul of a lunch thief. And they weren't just a one-off criminal. Whoever it was, they raided his lunch from the fridge for an entire week straight. Safe to say, Detroit was ticked off. Now, like I said, this factory was big. Couple that with the fact that dozens of temps regularly came and went, it would be nearly impossible to track down the culprit. So Detroit had a better idea. If the jerk wanted his lunch so bad, they could have it, but they certainly wouldn't be enjoying it. That night, he carefully crafted the tastiest-looking fajitas you could imagine, then made them completely unsuitable for human consumption. The secret ingredient was in the salsa, as well as the usual tomato, onion, etc. Detroit minced up an unholy amount of Carolina Reaper peppers, once known as the hottest in the world. But on the face of it, the booby-trapped lunch looked delicious. The next morning, Detroit arrived at work, popped his creation in the fridge, and got busy. Sure enough, within just an hour, a blood-curdling scream echoed over from the lunchroom. Bingo. Detroit followed the cries for help to discover a man lying on the floor gasping for air with worried people all around him. It turns out the intense heat from the fajitas had induced a severe asthma attack in the lunchbox bandit, and he had to be rushed straight to the hospital. He ended up fine, but remember kids, crime doesn't pay. But you will if you mess with somebody's girl.
Don't know.
Scumbag stepmom. Ever since Cinderella, stepmoms around the world have suffered a bad rep. Sometimes that rep is fully deserved, though. Like in the case of Reddit user Young Sour Swedes. After his mom passed away at just 55, his depressed and lonely dad married Grace, a Machiavellian character 15 years his junior that was clearly, at least to Swede, only after his dad's dough. See, dear old dad was a successful investment banker, so he was quite the prospect to a gold digger. However, their marriage wasn't to last. Sadly, though perhaps not to Grace, Swede's father passed on not long after they'd tied the knot. Predictably, he left a huge sum of money to Grace, but he left the family home to Swede, and she couldn't stand that. Several months later, Grace was already dating somebody new, Ivan, and both were staying in the family home. You know, the home Swede owned now. Although you wouldn't think of it from the way Grace and Ivan acted like they owned the place. The Swede didn't like them one bit, but he put up with their arrogance and entitlement out of respect for his dad. Well, one day, our guy returned home to some bad news. Grace had given away his PlayStation 4 to her new man's cousin because she'd decided Swede was too old to be playing video games anyway. That was the last straw. Soon after, Grace dropped the news that she and Ivan would be leaving the country for a short while to get married and asked Swede to watch the house. Yes, his own house. Rather than act offended, Swede simply smiled and agreed. Now was his chance. As soon as the cretinous couple left, he got to work. Swede hired movers to take all of Grace's possessions and place them in rental storage. Next, he changed all the locks and started advertising. He was leasing the place. Swede was quickly inundated with inquiries and settled on a nice young family to become his tenants. When Grace returned to find the locks changed and a family she didn't know living there, she was furious. But after kicking up an almighty fuss about losing her home, Swede's lawyers were quick to remind the self-entitled gold digger that the house legally belonged to him. And just like that, Grace and Ivan were officially homeless. What a wedding present. I hope they enjoyed the honeymoon. A slideshow shock. There's nothing more satisfying than people getting publicly shamed for being unfaithful to their partners. At least, if you're channel fan Ayat. Ayat's friend Josiah was married to a woman named Mercy. Josiah and Mercy seemed blissfully happy, and everything was sunshine and roses. And that was until Ayat spotted Mercy at a party cheating on Josiah with a guy named Payman. Like a good friend, our guy snapped photos of the misdeed and went straight to his pal's house to tell him. Naturally, Josiah was heartbroken. What was he supposed to do now? He and Mercy had already planned a huge anniversary party, and it was only 6 weeks away.
My money I got from puppets have decreased.
78 people would be attending the shindig.
I feel poor.
So,
No, just kidding, I don't feel poor at all.
He was going to give them a party to remember. To begin, Josiah let some of his closest friends know about the infidelity and encouraged them to take incriminating photos of Mercy and Payman whenever they caught them in the act. Over the next 6 weeks, they did exactly that. Well, the day of the party finally arrived, and Mercy was excited to start showing off a romantic slideshow of her and Josiah to all 78 guests. But when the slideshow started, her face dropped. There, on the screen in front of her family and friends, Josiah was nowhere to be seen. Instead, there were photos and videos of her cheating on her husband with Payman. She begged Josiah to stop the show, but no dice. Meanwhile, the guests sat in utter shock. When the ordeal was over, Josiah regaled the whole tale of betrayal to everyone before shoving divorce papers in his soon-to-be ex-wife's hands and leaving. His final words to her were simple: "Don't ever say my name again with your disgusting and toxic mouth." Sheesh, that's brutal.
This has been going on for like
Soaker
2 hours.
9000. Prepare yourself for a stinky fan submission from Jeff, whose mom was having a bit of trouble with a rude neighbor when he was 8. This neighbor, Scott,
I want to miss that part. I want to miss
right
that land.
Jeff's house. Annoyed,
Only did
Mom
this
gave him a
for
piece of her
the city
mind,
called
and he
Gay.
eventually agreed to move it.
Which I know
All
it
solved,
produces
right? Well,
nothing. But
see, a few days later, Scott moved the motorhome right back. Irritated, Jeff's mom approached him again, but this time, he wasn't cooperating at all. Instead, he flung swears and insults at her and outright refused to move in off her property. If that wasn't bad enough, he started throwing his trash all over the yard too. And that was it. Mom wasn't going to take it anymore. It was a boiling hot summer, and the heat gave her an idea. On top of everything else, Scott's dog had been crapping all over the lawn. Obviously, he hadn't picked it up, so Jeff's mom walked around the yard collecting the brown butt nuggets
all the way.
Then, like some sort of poop witch leering over a cauldron of doo-doo, she poured water in and stirred it all together with a maniacal grin. Eventually, the concoction became a grotesque brown liquid, or forbidden chocolate milk, as Jeff put it. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Mom picked up her son's squirt gun, filled it with the rancid goo, and started blasting all over Scott's motorhome. She didn't stop until the whole thing was covered in poopy water. Remember, it was a super hot summer too, meaning the poopy paint cooked hard in the sun. Enter the mega stink. All that heat hadn't just set the poopy mixture, it also made it absolutely pong. Toxic fumes filled the air as Jeff and his mom fled into the house. The next morning, Scott walked over and was beside himself with rage. His once beautiful motorhome looked like it had been squeezed out of the BFG's backside. Without a word, he pulled the poopy door open and drove away in a rage. Jeff and his mom never saw him again. Some say Scott's still driving around the USA, desperately seeking a way to get rid of the horrid smell. Debt destruction. What would you do if the love of your life had a degenerative health condition and you knew that one day they'd wind up in a wheelchair?
Shout out to Dingo My Bin.
Like this now deleted
he is absolutely amazing. Walt, well, I feel like I'm gonna end the video soon. If I don't colonize something,
the shock of his life. See, his fiancée, who we'll call
think
Anna, had told Walt about the future that awaited her.
Brain will stop working.
In fact, he planned to build the two of them a
that could make me a lot of money.
Using his construction business. In the meantime, Walt began doing work on Anna's current home. He invested over $30,000 of landscaping and construction into the place, running everything through his construction business to increase the value for when they eventually sold it and moved in together.
Now and again, through sheer genius or stupidity, people create signs that really tickle our funny bones and make it onto the oh-so-important internet. So prepare yourself as we delve into some signs that are way too funny. The best type of humor is toilet humor. This sign takes that literally by forcing you to grab the toilet man's handle to get to the bathroom.
A country
as Redditor C. Pieces points out, who's to say this isn't coming out of his rear end? Elsewhere, we've got whatever this is. I never thought you'd need a sign explaining how not to be, and I still don't. If anyone can slash like this, I say, let them. Just how powerful would a guy's stream have to be for this to even be possible, though? Redditor Tough Garbage had a go at figuring it out, saying you'd need to hit a stream of around 2 gallons per minute, assuming you had a 0.0062 square inch pee hole and were about 6 foot tall. That said, he didn't say how you could bend your pee stream in an arc over your head behind you without giving yourself a rather undesirable shower. Although Tinkle Time could well be the best time to show off your acrobatic skills. Okay, even if I could blast urine at 2 gallons per minute, how could I simultaneously stick to the wall? Unless this pic was taken from Spider-Man's bathroom. I guess if you ignored the feet positioning, you could plant your hands on the wee-soaked floor and go for it upside down, but then you're just asking for trouble. Especially if you visit this restroom. Are they actually threatening to cut off your bits if you splash the floor? Yikes. I wonder where they're enforcing this. I guess just look for the place where the men have high voices. You know what's even dirtier than urine, though? Yep, politics. Just gander at this 2019 advert from the UK's Conservative Party.
I think I'll turn off soon at like 4:30.
Carriages. Here the government were
which is like
wait, what?
Around like 40 minutes away.
Were harsh, but that's a bit much.
38 minutes away.
No, turns out this is in fact a joke sign poking fun at the party. Although some commuters did mistake it for the genuine article. It was actually created by Birmingham-based artist Focke-Wulf, whose satirical street art and mysterious identity have earned him the moniker the Birmingham Banksy. While we're on the topic of budget cuts, it looks like even the Son of God isn't exempt. Ah, yes, I remember this quote from Sunday school. That and always stay on the right track. Hey! All jokes aside, for those who've ever traveled on British replacement rail buses, you'll know that getting to your destination is a miracle that even Jesus would struggle with. I could do with the power to turn water into wine right now. All this sign talk has given me a thirst only one thing will quench. Oh wow, that's just the place for me. I'll head on in and, wait a minute, free Wi-Fi, great beer. They got me again. This frustratingly brilliant piece of advertising comes from the Ore City Brewing Company in Oregon. I even checked on Google Maps just so I could know which place to be angry with. If you want to avoid being unstoppably furious like I am right now, you need some Be Amazed videos in your life. Click those like and subscribe buttons and you'll get everything from the funny to the mysterious. And it's always fascinating. Now let's press on. When I'm driving through harsh conditions, I always worry that I might get caught in a snowstorm and will desperately need to grab a Victoria sponge. All that jam and cream. Why are you confused? According to this sign, cake's exactly what you need. I suppose eating it would help keep you warm? Of course, signs about cake are more cheery than this dour display. The signs next to the sad face say Port Police in Spanish, so I can tell it's near the coast. Seems to me like a Windows computer was transmitting to this sign and hit an error. I mean, what's so sad about the sea? This? Crikey. You know what they say about krakens? They're well armed. Luckily, this sign in Tongue, Scotland is just a funny way to warn motorists that they're going to be driving close to the ocean. But if you want to sort out your octopus problem, you could always pluck its legs off, which is exactly what people have done to this poor paper creature. Oh, it looks so sad. I know what'll perk me up. The movies. Let me just take a look at what's on at the moment and, oh my word, that's not a film for family viewing. Now, clearly it's advertising 3 separate movies, but whoever is responsible definitely knew what they were doing. Is nothing sacred? Maybe I could cheer myself up with another movie. There's all sorts of crazy cinematic crossovers these days. What's next? Ice Age and Jason Bourne? Oh, okay, sure. What would the plot be? Did Scrat mistake Bourne's tiny brain for a nut and now Bourne wants revenge? Whatever the story, I'll be watching the crap out of it. Seems like this cat has also watched this movie. Jeez, its eyes look like they've been glued on. I wonder how many people have kidding. Sadly, the sign is the result of some Photoshop wizardry. The original photo seems to just show the cat alone. Oh man, you've got to be kidding me. Let's move on. So the world is full of streets and roads, and they all need names, right?
Feel so lonely.
Chucklesome side. Take a trip to Arkansas, USA, and you might come across Wiener Cutoff Road. No way. I don't care.
Let's see if you can find more. Oklahoma City.
Before anything drastic happens, let's hurry on to Conesville, England to see
Tulsa.
I can't even say it. The local council have no
California City.
It's believed that it may
Denver.
come from a communal water
Salt Lake City.
container for collecting water that was
Minneapolis.
once in the area. Unfortunately,
Milwaukee,
you can no longer
Boston,
see this
Providence,
absolute beauty in real
Bridgeport.
life. Butthole residents were growing tired of folks coming to laugh at their hilarious sign. Hoodlums would take photos
Philadelphia, Baltimore,
Washington. And deliveries
I'm just going to count the cities for me. Ottawa, Montreal, Quebec, Calgary, and Vancouver.
Sign my petition to bring back Butthole. It's not just streets that have tittering titles, though. Here's a stadium that's fun for the whole family. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I did some digging to find out where this stadium is or if it's even real. Archetypal Design on Reddit thought it might be Princess Auto Stadium in Winnipeg, Canada. But what is up with the sign? Is it a seriously unfortunate misspelling during construction, or has someone been playing around on Photoshop? If anyone has any answers, please leave a comment. The truth must be told. Now, signs are usually used to point out things that may not be immediately obvious ahead. Roadblocks, roundabouts, speed bumps, but sometimes they highlight the glaringly obvious. Et voila! Sidewalk ends. Yes it does. Thank you for pointing that out. How else could I have known? Here's yet another pointlessly obvious sign all the way from Rhode Island, USA. And yes, I can see it's a stop sign. Was it put up by Peter Griffin? One explanation behind its existence could be that while driving, we're often on autopilot, ignoring the signs we pass. Seeing this bit of idiocy might jolt us out of our routine and take notice of the stop sign. Or maybe the whole thing's just a big internet joke. We've got another contender for silliest sign ever, though. Oh, shucks. If I'd known that, I would have never learned to drive. I just assumed freeways worked on the same rules as bumper cars. When I go smashing into other vehicles, eventually I have to fill up on gas, and I don't know about you, but fueling up makes me mighty thirsty. Maybe I'll even take a little nibble from the nozzle. Oh, shucks. At least I can still put it in my... Dang it! Are we not allowed to try anything anymore? In all seriousness, though, the fact they needed to put this sign up in the first place means someone tried it. We're even getting bossed around by coat hangers now. Why can't I just shove one of these in my eye? Or, well, second thought, Morella's Cleaners seems to have a history of customers sticking these things in places.
What is it? What is it? What's up, Big Flaw?
It's time to call emergency services. In the UK, the magic number is 999. Of course, Brits' cell phones don't always work. Maybe they're wandering the Highlands with no signal, or they've drained the battery ordering too much fish and chips. Thankfully, there are portable phones you can use to dial. Just type, "Oh, bloody hell." Even if emergency services do show up, they're not always that helpful. Take this covert sign. Oh yeah, I'm sure gangsters are really going to pay attention to that. Who's running this operation? Chief Wiggum? But who knows, perhaps this apparent incompetence is just to lull us into a false sense of security. For all we know, we're actually being watched by highly advanced surveillance systems cleverly disguised as birds. Or at least that's what this sign would have us believe. Birds aren't real is a conspiracy theory that claims the CIA wiped out all birds in the USA between 1959 and 1971 and replaced them with drones disguised as our feathered friends. Or at least that's what it's all a big prank. They know very well that the theory is made up and that birds are in fact real. Okay, to each their own, I guess. Though I do like the design of their website. Alright, the next nominee for stupidest sign goes to this. Wrong way? You've got that right, pal. Clearly, this is a joke. If you flip it the right way, it reads like mirror writing. Continuing with the mirror theme, though, get a load of this sign. What? It's just some writing in Eastern Europe. How am I supposed... Oh, my. This sign actually comes from Okefenokee Swamp on the Georgia-Florida state border in America. And while that thing's pretty damn cool, there's always something about big bodies of water that gives me the creeps. If there's one thing that calms my nerves, though, it's snacks. So, like everybody else, I run to the store to see what deals are on offer, and oh dear.
About to be cool. It's about to be cool.
Framed photo. However, my AID senses are
Let's
opinion.
go.
Notice how her thumbs are a different color from the rest of her hands.
Get the
And
line.
the signs in the
And go
background
get
are
the
just
line.
gobbledygook. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this thing's fabricated. Unlike this next cheeky sign wishing people a happy Valentine's Day, this was supposedly taken outside Dr. Cafe in Kozhikode, India. Although I can't say I'll be taking my wife there. I wonder if she'd get any discount for bringing her boyfriends. From one demeaning sign to another, let's... Whoa, this sign says if women don't wear shirts, they get free drinks? Yeah, I bet whoever made that has never spoken to a woman in his life. For something more tasteful, like this nice straightforward sign from Everett Vacuum in Washington, USA. Their tagline makes sense since they're a vacuum store. There's no need for innuendo or a cheap joke. And according to the store's website, their promise holds true. It's refreshing to see there's still some civility in the world. Back to the accursed now with this sign. Bankruptcy, divorce, liquor, the holy trinity. I know I found myself caught in this cycle before, and the funny thing is, it works in any order. I did a bit of sleuthing and discovered that this wonder is located in Stratmore, Colorado, USA. Now you know where to go once you hit 40. All that drinking and bankruptcy takes its toll on the gut. Good thing there's no laws against me letting one Oh, come on, man. When did that happen? Are you saying I can't even let out a little toot anymore? Well, no. This sign actually comes from the Great Belt Bridge in Denmark and translates to active speed control. You see, in Norway, Sweden, and Denmark, fart means speed, which is why you get hilarious signs like these. I absolutely need to watch this Keanu movie. Don't worry, there's still plenty of signs warning people to ignore that call of nature. Here's a slightly graphic one from a gas station in Switzerland. According to the 2 TripAdvisor reviews, it's depressing, dirty, and the sandwiches they sell have hair in them. Better than poop and pee, I suppose, but not by much. Talking of poopy, I was walking through the park earlier when I came across this buzzard with its pet Malinois. Problem was, the dog had just taken a massive dump and the bird hadn't picked it up. So I said to the buzzard, "Have you not seen this sign?" The bird just looked at me weirdly though, probably because it didn't exist, and in this universe, birds of prey don't keep dogs as pets. Like seriously, why does this sign exist? Anyway, you know what they say. When you're at the swimming pool, you got to follow the rules. You know, do not splash, do not run, do not, piddle, and obviously, do not breathe underwater. Rules are rules, people. Jeez, who actually typed that out and thought, yeah, this is totally logical? And I see folks in Minnesota are cut from the same cloth. Underwater smoking? No thanks. Who wants a big waft of tobacco smoke in their face when they're swimming? Totally logical sign, right? It seems locals at this lake have had a few strange visitors, like swimming aliens. I can't even muster the energy for this one. Clearly, some hoodlum has just stuck a pair of googly eyes on a no swimming sign. Gee, what a blast that person must be at parties. What isn't a blast is whatever's happening to this doomed guy. Is he desperately shouting out "No" in the face of inevitability?
No!
I doubt that was the sign manufacturer's intent. Here's the sign without all the flooding. Much better. There's plenty of other things to worry about when you're near water, though, like predators lurking below. Thankfully, in places where dangerous animals roam, there's usually signs to warn you where they...
Oh, no.
I haven't seen one like that before. These signs can be found all around a crocodile center in St. Lucia, South Africa, so I'm guessing there are some steep hills leading down to the crocs. Man, that'd be a bad way to go. Though being in the great outdoors is always risky. Heck, according to this sign, just having a nice sit on a bench could be fatal. Boy, to sit here, you'd have to have rocks for brains. A landslide of boulders is easy compared to what might happen when you drive through wherever the surrealist landscape depicted in this sign is. Only it's not surrealist at all. It really exists on a rural California road. Apparently, some cattle pastures are situated above a highway in such a way that there's a chance gravity might just topple the livestock above. That'd be a sight to make you cower in fear. Oh, and how about this? Come on. I imagine how rough that terrain must be. Breaking your heels is scary, especially when you consider how often it must have happened for them to put up a sign. But I've got a sign even more terrifying. An image that will haunt you for the rest of your days.
Man.
Can you bear to stay alive, that is? Are you ready? Because I'm not. Oh, God. How could something so evil possibly exist? And why? Well, thankfully, this is just a vandalized no smoking sign, so no secret pie police is actually going to stop you from eating pie there. Thank God. On the subject of the abhorrent, the office can be a funny old place, fraught with politics, fallouts, and backbreaking tasks. So here at Be Amazed HQ, I do my part to boost morale by dotting around these helpful motivational signs. And if there's one company I should be taking notes from, it's
population in that
Just look at this employment poster. That pained gunman behind the camera expression is exactly the same look I want my interns to have. Whoever approved this is a genius. Don't get me wrong, the amazlings and I do like to let our hair down now and then, and we're not the only ones. Apparently,
we're gonna stay here until Czechoslovakia.
Resulting in these being posted in the elevators. Hey, HR, put up the same signs after my last night out. And one of these signs, too. It's best not to ask too many questions. Looks like McDonald's is rolling out their latest product, and it's really squeaked my interest. You get a whole 10-pound bag?
I'd buy that for $1.
Sacks of mice aren't the only things on offer either. Check out this bag from the UK. It's gone all the way down from 0p all the way to £3.50. What a bargain. Ooh, and be sure to grab some pastries, but whatever you do, don't pick them up with your hands or with tongs. Use your, I hope your tongue's remarkably long and flexible. Is this sign aimed at chameleons? At least that store is still selling stuff that's recognizably food. This place has been caught selling ground pork. Does that come from some unholy laboratory mix of cattle and pig? Even so, I can't say I wouldn't give it a cheeky bite. After gorging on all that pork, I need some exercise. I'm on the lookout for a new yoga class right now, actually. At my old one, this little round white guy used to creep everyone out. Oh, here's one. Except I wasn't planning on stretching that part of my anatomy. Oof. Nah, this is actually a normal yoga studio in Udaipur, India, focusing on yoga for pregnant women and moms with kids. Oh, great. Now I feel bad. Maybe. A tiny bit. When you're out shopping, good service is vital. Customers need to feel relaxed and comfortable, but not that comfortable. I think this sign is trying to say, don't touch these items yourself, ask the staff, but whoever wrote it didn't quite get that message across. Either that
You can
or
do
it's
this,
a mistranslation.
Continue the slide. It will be legendary. Guernsey.
This is Japanese for don't dump your garbage here. Perhaps I still like the English version better. Now, as this meme points out, if you can't find the book you're looking for, you're obviously in the... According to Google Maps, this fantastically named store was located in Kowloon, Hong Kong in 2011. But if you check out Street View after 2017, it appears to no longer be there. My beloved viewers, please take a moment's silence for the Wong bookstore. Things break and fall apart, it's a fact of life. But when they do, we learn to cope, some more creatively than others. Here's a brilliant solution for a broken bell. In fact, I'm going to shout ding dong even when the bell is working. Other people have thought outside the box too. Check this out. What an excellent alternative. They should start implementing squeezy chickens everywhere. I guess they are. Speaking of chickens, it seems like someone with an IQ of 1 tried to sell this dodgy table, which collapsed under the weight of one too many sacks. Though to be fair, it may be the table manufacturer's fault for mislabeling their product. Either way, someone here is an idiot. Here's a classic case of false advertising straight from the 1920s. During this era, dentists sometimes used laughing gas or local anesthetic while yanking out teeth. But not always, and back then their methods were much more painful. So many establishments would claim the novelty of being painless, a promise this little guy fervently disagreed with. And it's not just humans vandalizing signs, this one's been vandalized by nature itself. Do not what? Do not what? That sound tells me that Valentine's is just around the corner. I don't actually know that. I'm not sure when this video is going to be uploaded, but let's just pretend that it is. Are you searching for the perfect gift for your special someone? Look no further than these blunt tools. Right, so tools might not be the best Valentine's gift, but how about eating some soothing stationery for stomach pain?
I read these all in Matt Rose's voice. Woke up this morning, rolled over, and very confidently tried to blow out my alarm clock like a candle. I once tried to sniff the notification I got on my smartwatch in hopes of seeing what the notification was about by smell. I woke up one night and wanted to drink water and took a big sip of massage oil. I answered my alarm the other day, turned it off and held it up to my ear, and in my most I've been awake for hours voice said, hello? Hello? They've gone. In addition to a plethora of comments that say I look like certain people, drunk David Hasselhoff, or the president of Argentina, or the lecherous professor in Good Will Hunting, or this baby, or Conservative MP Michael Fabricant, or Pigtail Lord, or the man in this game, or this person's grandma who's fallen down the stairs, or the sloppy mustard man chat AI, or whoever this is, or a puppet peeking round a door, or the weird picture in the room at an Airbnb that Fizzle Drizzle 69 stayed at last weekend, or this lizard. I also see a lot of comments that my nasal South England voice has been used as someone's inner monologue. If you are one of the people unfortunate enough to be afflicted by this, then A, lol, and B, don't worry, you are not alone. Indeed, some have now taken to using /MRN as a Matt Rose narration tone tag for exactly when this happens. So this video I'll be exclusively reading out posts someone somewhere has said they've instinctively read in my voice. A lovely way to close this year's sequelathon, as it's basically lots of little add-ons to different videos over the past few years, like you're gorging on a great big plate at a Matt Rose buffet. That's it, I'm spleeping, slipping ring, spreeling, spleeing, spieling, sleeping, slaying, sleeping. More than you think. How much of Sonic Adventure 2 can you beat without the anal? Review for Midsummer, 4.5 stars. I had a dream they made a sequel to this named Scrambled Beans, and The Rock was in it for some reason. I read this in a Matt Rose voice. Due to the unfortunate, we are deeply out of onions. Google, are hippos intelligent? Yes, hippos are intelligent animals. They can recognise friends from enemies by smell, and can be trained to perform complex medical procedures. I read this in Matt Rose's voice. Hey teacher, I can't come to school today. A doctor said that I was, dead. Goodbye. I am now imagining this in r/Matt Rose's voice. I read this in Matt Rose's voice with a megaphone. Hey, my son passed away and left us his beloved cat. My husband's allergies can't take it anymore. The cat's free to a good home. Roses are red. My zebra has arthritis. My 4-year-old's recently taken up cursing. Yesterday he referred to bedtime as a fucking crisis. Roses are red. I eat a hose. I read this in the voice of Matt Rose. Roses are red eye. Eat a hose. I read this in the voice of Matt Rose. POV, you just downloaded Fortnite. What the hell? Superman just got shot and Godzilla hit the griddy. God is not mad at you. He's just not that into you. I beg all my artists to be careful when you copy-paste anything to your clients. Received. Thank you so much. Oops. Please,
This is so
I
big.
meant to copy-paste something else. Help, I tried to say hamper and basket at the same time and I fucking said hamster to the tune of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme. Infant car seat full of hot dogs. And whilst we're on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles over in r/crappy off brands in the official Matt Rose voice, it's Team Geen and Ainger. 'Twas our Matt Rose, Matt, make another misheard lyrics video. Please, Virgins, face with cold sweat emoji. While taking my test, rap one Lana Del Rey song that says, got me spinning like a ballerina. I kept hearing, you got me spending like a ballerina. In your voice. What's your stupidest misheard lyric? I love just reading these in Matt Rose's voice. Good Charlotte song. Girls don't like boys, girls like cars and money. What I heard? Girls don't like boys, girls like cousin Buddy. Like, who's cousin Buddy? I heard taking care of business, missung as baking carrot biscuits every day. Slow walking water. The fire engine guy. My uncle was convinced it was don't wanna be an American Indian. One of my dearest friends used to think it was I wanna rock and roll all night. And part of every day, my best friend, we're listening to AC/DC's Dirty Deeds and they're done dirt cheap, and he's singing along, singing Dirty Deeds and they're done dirt jig. I'm like, what the fuck? And he says, what? I thought it was about pirates. Even in the context of pirates, I still have no idea what in the hell a dunderjig is. Thank you, YouTube algorithm. Inside the penis. How an erection works. Just try to Google how many eggs there are left in my fridge. Just overheard this very Rosemat coded sentence. Oh, I don't have the ability to not start a fire when I cook, Marie. You know this. I was visiting my parents this evening, and unbeknownst to me, my phone was in my pocket typing this Patreon post, and it's sent. I'm in actual tears. Patreon change now in effect. Please read. Hey everyone, I mentioned some changes. Eat my pup Goodwood. Repair what? He was paying for gay sex with a lot wild Odin, this hamster let loose on a keyboard, made a poem, which r/hamsters presented me the honour of reading. This is Odin's poem. Lou, I to look oily, Carl, Yokma, Isle Hour, okay? Pugova, can't TV, I'll dick the scast the scoodoo. Look kill, lol, it as were rad if I book is it in? I know his balls typed half of that. Banned words in class. I can understand Gucci, no cap, bussin', but love that for you. You doing too much? Bucker clearly added later as an emergency caveat. Reveal your intestines. No, thank you. Hi, Sheila. I'll be free after my morning shit, if that's convenient with you, by 11 a.m. Shift. I meant shift. Oh, God. Stop protecting students. By 11 a.m. Shift. I meant shift. Oh, God. Stop protecting students and employees. Discrimination. Kakafefe. Punk. Ponk. Punk. Just hanging out at Walt Disney World when, said in a Matt Rose voice, A as in Dunkin' is releasing a new drink and it's made with something called coffee. Absolutely revolutionary move. And remaining on premature truncation briefly, look at this identity crisis. Subscribe to Matt at Matt Roll. The John skull emoji. My brain read this in Matt Rose's voice. Well, it is my Reddit and Omegle chat that Deleted had recently. Hi, M23. Can I ask you a question? Yeah? Okay, if you had a superpower, what would you choose? And would you be a villain or hero? Mostly hero. And your power? Also, what do you mean by mostly? I also like to be villain, but only for bad people. Oh, so like an anti-hero or vigilante, like Deadpool. Yeah, kind of. So what would your power be? Thanos power. What? What do you mean? Like you have no powers, but you have the Infinity Gauntlet. Yes, that's enough. Because no one can defeat me when I'm with Gauntlet. I see. And what would your name and or vibe be? Name in the sense. What? Wait, I'm thinking for the name. Galactus, maybe. I'm afraid that may be taken. Yes, yeah, that's already taken. You need an original name, then Transformer? Yeah, that's taken too, I'm afraid. So what's your age? Right, bye. How much is 20 grams of protein? 20 grams of protein is roughly equivalent to the amount of protein found in 3.5 ounces of extra firm tofu, 3/4 cup of cooked lentils, or a deck of cards. This kid made this invention with his own hands, but he feels sad because he doesn't think it worked. Let's support his efforts and show him how proud we are of him. Folded hands emoji. God bless his soul and prayers for his family. Folded hands emoji. Beautiful, Cabby. This is the worst thing I've seen today. AI presidents. Notable are 10 $10 founding father George Whalingen, Wobbly Willie, Willie and Muckmoy, Wobbly Warren, Warren E. Harding, New Dealer, and the Gipper, the Graper. Sent my chat message to, this is r/character AI by the way, I read this entire thing in Matt Rose's voice, to Vintage Support by mistake. We appreciate your patience. Thank you so much. I'm very distressed by all this. I don't mean to break any rule, a woman bowing deeply emoji. I glance at Arthur, chewing on my bottom lip, and we both follow my father into his office. Oh my god, this was not meant for you. I apologise. Anyone else read this in Matt Rose's voice? Unfortunate response timing on my boyfriend's part. Last night I dreamt both of our mums died. Woke up crying. Big man Blastoise. I sent the wrong photo to my mum. Okay, I'll send the photo. Bad cock. Wrong photo, Lemao. What? Lemao. I am not laughing. If you're having a bad day, then here's me constantly hitting the wrong emoji in the family group chat. Hello chat. Smirking face emoji. Crap, wrong emoji. I meant waving hand emoji, not smirking face emoji. Smirking face emoji. God damn it, I meant woman face palming emoji. Woman face palming emoji. Woozy face emoji. Fuck! I meant angry face emoji. Smirking face emoji. I mean woman face palming emoji. Frowning face emoji. Expressionless face emoji. A sticker, which I couldn't find an official name for, but my Twitter decided to call 1thumbdred. Shit, I accidentally sent that sticker. Okay, I quit. Axe emoji. Fuck, I meant frowning face emoji. Let's just hope you have a very understanding family. Wait. Dog, I can practically imagine Matt Rose dubbing this shit. I've never heard of this guy in my life. What's up, James, you fucking dildo? Who's this? Lol, you idiot, it's the Big Biscuit. How you been, dude? The what? Duck, suck, shocking! Bro, auto cucumber gates me, shucks of auto cucumber, fuck off, autocorrect! On my seldom used TikTok, I was messaged, I keep reading these in your accent, lol. I'm bored. Tell me about a time you seriously misread social cues and it made it weird. I'm not talking you too when the waiter says enjoy your food. Give me something that keeps you up at night. I went to pick up a package and the worker asked to see my ID. He then said, turned around, and I slowly and hesitantly did a twirl. He meant the ID. One time I was at the orthodontist and they were checking my Invisalign fitted properly, so she told me, say your address. I replied with, I'm address. Then she said, no, say your address. So I repeated louder, I'm address. Didn't realise what she actually meant till I'd left the appointment. I was at the gynecologist getting a scope and the soft-spoken doctor told me to cough. I thought he said to caw, and believe me, I double-checked with him before I let out a huge caw-caw. I once greet a customer, welcome to birth control, instead of welcome to Burger King, because I was just thinking about my birth control. I was buying tampons from the corner shop next to my work, and the cashier said, oh, has it just started? Awkward as fuck. I said, yeah, I came on just now.
You yogurt
said, I was talking about the rain. I meant to ask a woman what gender her baby was, and I accidentally said, what flavour's that baby? Congratulated a woman after she told me her daughter went to ICU. I thought it was a university. A co-worker told me their little brother looks like a mini M&M. I said, oh really? Which colour? After a few awkward moments, he said, no, the wrapper, not the candy. I asked the hotel concierge.
Ooh, I messed up. This morning, I was advertising my YouTube channel on the interstate, and some guy saw my sign, pulled out his phone to subscribe, lost control of his car, did 3 backflips, and landed on top of a super Target. Now the whole town's mad at me because they can't shop anymore. I'm gonna have to write a lot of apology letters, and apparently I owe Target a new roof. This is the worst thing that's ever happened to my brand, and I really thought nobody else could relate to what I was going through. But then in this moment of crisis, I did some research, and it turns out other brands have messed up way worse. It made me feel so much better. So if you thought you screwed something up recently, just wait till you see what these companies did. With LG's new G2 smartphone on the way, they brought out the festive spirit in South Korea for the G in the Cloud event. To build hype for the new phone, LG announced they would release 100 helium balloons into the skies of Seoul, South Korea, with each balloon carrying a voucher for a free LG G2 cell phone. These balloons would eventually float gently back to Earth, landing in various places around the city, making for a fun citywide scavenger hunt. But instead of waiting to see where these balloons land, people strategized that it would be easier to get a voucher by going to the balloon launch site. The location was kept secret and only told to the press, but the spot was somehow leaked online and crowds of people showed up, which LG was totally unprepared for. These phones, by the way, were retailing at almost $900 US. When spectators got their eyes on those balloons, they weren't thinking about the 2.1 megapixel front camera with 2.6 f-stop. They were thinking dollar signs. LG was easily outnumbered with only 3 employees and 20 security guards working the event, and the crowd got physical fast. People rushed the employees, ripping the balloons out of their hands before they could release them into the air. Then the weapons came out. People drew BB guns and started shooting down balloons, trampling over each other to catch the falling vouchers. You throw around the term free stuff, and it gets medieval. One woman was seen carrying a sharpened stick. By the end of the balloon battle royale, 20 people were injured, with 9 having to be hospitalized. LG promised to pay for everyone's medical bills and canceled the rest of their G in the Cloud event plans, which were supposed to continue in different cities around South Korea 4 more times. Let this be a lesson to all companies out there. Think twice before you plan on dangling almost $100,000 above an angry mob armed with weapons. This company made a TV ad just begging criminals to steal their boss's identity, and then were shocked when it actually happened. LifeLock, the identity theft prevention company, thought they were so good at protecting you and your identity that the CEO of the company, Todd Davis, could go on national television and broadcast his social security number to the world and not have anything bad happen. The commercial is so braggadocious with it. CEO Todd Davis has a U-Haul van parading through town with his social security number on the side in large font. He's on the street handing out flyers, shouting through a megaphone, and you know, he's living his brand. I need more CEOs putting their neck on the line to prove they believe in their business. The next thing I want to see is the CEO of a bug spray company to live stream from inside a tent full of hornets, armed with nothing but a can of his own repellent. In TV interviews, Todd has such a smug look, just waiting for someone to ask him for his social security number so he could drop it like it's his SoundCloud. So it isn't enough to say he was asking for it. He was begging, pleading, praying with tears in his eyes for someone out there to please steal his identity. And the American public said, don't mind if I do. The whole time these TV ads played repeatedly on national television, there were quietly over 80 confirmed attempts to steal his identity, and 13 of those were successful. All this led to loans being obtained, phone lines being opened, accounts registered, all under his name, all without his knowledge, until his credit score dropped and debt collectors came knocking. This was beyond a marketing fail. It completely invalidated LifeLock's big selling point that for only $10 a month, you'd get guaranteed protection from identity theft. Guaranteed, their favorite word. It was used a lot, and that's deceptive advertising, because how does a company promise their customers the kind of protection they couldn't give their own CEO? The FTC told Todd Davis, how dare you get your identity stolen? Now give me $12 million. And it gets worse. With another plot twist, LifeLock, the identity protection company, was also sued for corporate identity theft after allegedly stealing a competitor's trademark and using deceptive search ads to reroute their customers to LifeLock's webpage. So to recap, LifeLock couldn't stop identity theft, then allegedly committed identity theft, and got embarrassed so bad they had to pay $12 million. This crypto
jeez, it's officially good to the time. Okay, we gotta wait for this thing to happen.
Led to disaster. In 2018, Ukrainian social network Ask.fm was launching a new altcoin to raise money. They had 4 crypto enthusiasts lug $50,000 worth of tokens to the summit of Mount Everest to be buried at the top. In a press release, Ask.fm said their mission was to get their crypto to the closest starting point to reach the moon. It seems so obvious, yet no one has done it. And the video description for this campaign boasts that their motivation behind this was they just can. You know, there's an old saying in the crypto market, line goes up. But there's also an old saying in mountaineering that goes, getting to the top is optional, getting down is mandatory. And very quickly, things started going down. After reaching the summit, the crypto group was hit with a storm that forced them to descend quicker than they had planned. They were accompanied by 3 Sherpas, who are the expert guides that make Everest expeditions for foreigners even remotely possible in the first place. Tragedy struck on the way down when one of these Sherpas developed snow blindness and became separated from the group, but wasn't reported missing until the next day. He passed away on the mountain. A veteran Everest reporter labeled this a preventable death and a very confusing case, saying it was hard to understand how no one was able to help him. So what did Ask FM do in response? They published a blog post encouraging other people to climb Everest to go treasure hunting for their buried crypto wallets. No mention of the man who died. Ask FM CEO said it didn't make sense to blame his company for the publicity stunt gone wrong. And to be fair, I don't know how much blame they deserve. We don't really know what happened up there. But to then turn around and say, hey, keyboard warriors, it's your turn. Get up there. These crypto psychopaths will lead you off a cliff if it means they make some money. This is probably the first case in history when investing in an unproven cryptocurrency wasn't just financially risky, it was physically dangerous too. Especially since the $50,000 token evaluation was a number Ask FM made up themselves based off of what they hoped the coin would be worth once people started actually buying it. So where is this altcoin today? The social network Ask FM 2.0, which the cryptocurrency was created for, shut down in December 2024. Which means if a climber actually finds these crypto wallets one day, it'll be worth less than the rocks it's buried under. And those rocks, by the way, when legally taken off the mountain, actually sell for over 500 pounds. This movie was sponsored by Hot Garbage. Movie producer Dino De Laurentiis was walking through New York one day when he saw a long line of people waiting to buy lottery tickets. He mistook it for a line to a movie theater and a light bulb went off in his head. I'll make a movie about a treasure hunt called $1 Million Mystery, and to get people to buy tickets to the movie, we'll advertise that the movie holds clues to a real-world treasure hunt, and the viewer who solves the mystery wins $1 million. And to do this, we'll partner with none other than Glad, the trash bag company. Here's how Dino explained it. The sweepstakes gives us the potential to reach even more people. The infrequent moviegoer, the person more interested in winning $1 million than in going to the movies. And these are the kind of people who
is being a line across the world.
Once or twice a year.
Bro, shout out to Dingo my band.
A plan that doesn't even involve.
Bro, you got around the world. Bro, you got Oregon, Washington.
Car trouble.
I'm
gonna add an extra line in this script just so I can include extra clips.
San Jose
having car trouble. $1 Million Mystery was a big flop, and it made less than $1 million at the box office, meaning it didn't even earn enough money back to cover the $1 million prize. Hard to believe the leverage of marketing titan Glad Bags didn't elevate this to box office success. Even worse, the clues hidden within the movie were so obvious that it took no time at all for viewers to submit over 350,000 entries with the correct answer that the money was inside the Statue of Liberty's nose. The producers weren't expecting the mystery to be solved so quickly by so many people, and they ended up randomly selecting the winner to be a high school sophomore. The high schooler said she'd use the $1 million to get braces, a pony, and put the rest in a trust fund. This 14-year-old had better financial prowess than the movie producers themselves. And it's fitting that today, the Trash Bag movie has a 0% certified rotten rating on Rotten Tomatoes. But all of this wasn't even the worst part. While filming what was said to be a routine motorcycle chase scene for the movie, legendary stuntman Dar Robinson lost his life when he lost control of his bike and fell off the side of a cliff. This after Robinson had done 19 years of stunt work without ever having even broken a bone. If you're going to a party thrown by a liquor company, you may expect to black out, but probably not like this. Back in 2013, Jägermeister held a promotional pool party in Mexico where organizers thought it'd be fun to create a cool effect by dumping 4 buckets of liquid nitrogen into the swimming pool. And with that sentence, you can hear the gasps of terror coming from science teachers across the globe. Because the liquid nitrogen did create a cool smoke effect, but it also displaced the oxygen above the pool, causing people in the pool to start suffocating. With 200 people in attendance, one by one, swimmers started losing consciousness, putting everyone in serious danger of drowning. There's video of the exact moment it all goes wrong. It starts with scattered coughs, with the fog around the pool so thick you can't see the water, which by itself also seems like a safety hazard. Then you realize people around the pool are looking really worried and start pointing into the pool. Next, people start frantically jumping into the pool, getting lost in the mist, and coming out carrying unconscious, limp bodies. And all of this happens within 1 minute. 9 people were pulled from the pool and rushed to the hospital, and
so we've seen this entire world have a line across it, guys. This is actually crazy.
It was the liquid nitrogen reducing the amount of oxygen in the air, which caused them to pass out. I almost failed chemistry, so I'll just say you got a doom cloud above a pool, and it was Jägermeister made a few statements with corporate talk like, "We are aware of this incident in León, Mexico, which is currently being investigated by our headquarters here in Germany. We fully support responsible drinking." Okay, pointing out that the party party was in Mexico and the company is based in Germany just makes it sound like they're saying, hey, we were asleep in a different time zone when this happened, not our fault. But you know what they say about Jägermeister pool parties? Come on vacation, leave with chemical inhalation. So this is what happens when advertising a cartoon blows up in your face. By 2007, Aqua Teen Hunger Force was in its 4th season and a movie based on the show was on the way. And to promote the film, Cartoon Network's marketing agency launched a guerrilla campaign installing 38 LED signs around the streets of Boston, featuring characters from the show known as the Mooninites. These innocent little pixelated dudes would soon bring disaster on the morning of January 31st. First, a commuter waiting at a bus station spotted one of the signs under a bridge, and the closer they looked, the more worrying that weird blinking box with wires and tubes seemed. Soon, at least 9 suspicious device reports were made, and the next thing you know, the interstate is blocked off, public transportation stopped, cops, fire trucks, ambulances, helicopters all rush to the scene, the bomb squad is called in, the whole city put on lockdown. When the brave heroes swarm to the suspicious device, they come face to face with a cartoon alien flipping them the bird. For good measure, the bomb squad went from location to location, carefully inspecting each sign, hosing them down with water, and even detonating some of them. The timing of this couldn't have been worse, with law enforcement already on high alert from another unrelated suspicious package left at a nearby medical center. Someone had dropped off a package with a note saying, "God is warning you that today is going to be a sad day." So even after these Moonanite signs were confirmed to not be dangerous, law enforcement didn't know if these were distractions tied to a bigger attack. Just shows how much trauma America was dealing with after 9/11, because as much of an overreaction as this was, I kind of get it. That being said, these Moonanite signs had already been up for weeks with no issue. They were also installed around 9 other major cities, and none of them lost a shit about it. But there's gotta be a fall guy, and the first to face punishment for this bomb scare was not Cartoon Network or the marketing agency, but the 2 guys who were paid to hang the signs, Peter and Sean. After they were released on bond, they held a press conference that every major news network cut to live, and then they spent the entire time talking about 1970s haircuts. Oddly enough, 7 years later, the city of Boston would hire one of them for a New Year's light show celebration. Turner Broadcasting and the marketing agency paid a $2 million settlement to the city and Homeland Security, and when the dust had settled, the creators of Aqua Teen Hunger Force made a whole episode about the fiasco for the 5th season of their show. But Adult Swim said, "Oh, no, we won't be doing this again," and didn't allow it to be aired. It wasn't shown to the public until 2023 at a private screening for the Boston Comedy Festival. To this day, Boston news outlets still bring up the cartoon hoax every year on the anniversary. This Pepsi marketing stunt cost 5 people their lives. The Philippines was a huge soda market in the early 90s, and Coca-Cola was dominating the competition. Pepsi needed to heat things up. Back in the States, Pepsi found success with a campaign that had customers buy their sodas, check the number under the bottle cap, and if it matched the winning number announced on TV later that evening, you won $1 million. Pepsi's CEO thought that if it worked in America, why not try it overseas? They launched the campaign called Pepsi Number Fever in February 1992, and at first things went great. People were chugging Pepsi with every meal, digging through trash for bottle caps, all with the hope that one of their bottle caps had the winning number inside and would make them a millionaire overnight. And so Pepsi sales increased by 40%. The 12-week campaign was such a hit they extended it an extra 5 weeks. It really looked like Pepsi was going to overtake Coca-Cola as the king of pop, until the night of May 25th, 1992, when the nation tuned in to Channel 2 to hear the winning number get read out. 349. People poured into the streets to sing and dance. Families wept tears of joy. The whole country was filled with celebrations and new millionaires. Because while Pepsi had planned to crown just 2 millionaire winners for each drawing, a computer error had caused the winning number of 349 to be printed on over 800,000 bottle caps. That meant Pepsi owed hundreds of thousands of winners to the tune of almost $32 billion. An emergency meeting was called in the dead of night, and these sleep-deprived Pepsi executives came up with their genius solution to get out of this mess. Every winning bottle cap would receive 500 pesos, which is about $5 US. The Philippine community said, "Oh, hell no." And by the following morning, riots broke out, Pepsi trucks were firebombed, factories attacked, and in all the chaos, 5 people lost their lives, including a 5-year-old kid and a school teacher when a grenade was thrown at a delivery truck. Things would never be the same. An anti-Pepsi protest group formed called Coalition 349, and in one of the most hardcore quotes I've ever read, this 64-year-old woman promised the Seattle Times, "Even if I die here, my ghost will come to fight Pepsi." The soda company was so hated in this country, they had to rebrand their Philippine basketball team from from the Pepsi Hot Shots to the 7-Up Uncolas. They were looking down the barrel of over 20,000 incoming lawsuits, but the courts ruled that Pepsi didn't have to pay the winners, just a $6,000 fine to the government. And in the Philippines, a new term for getting scammed was born. You weren't just duped, you got 349'd. This ad campaign for an Amazon TV series made an entire subway car look like it was sponsored by Nazis. Prime Video's new 2015 series, The Man in the High Castle, was about to drop about an alternate timeline where the US and allies lost World War II. And to promote the show, Amazon wrapped an entire New York City subway car in Nazi and Imperial Japan iconography. Every inch of these subway cars was covered with Nazi and Imperial Japanese insignia. They covered the walls, the ceilings, they even covered the seats. And they did this ad installation in, of all places, New York City, home to one of the largest Jewish populations in the world. Who in their right mind is gonna wanna sit there? Doesn't matter, because the MTA said this met their advertising guidelines. This was also an example of how invasive advertisements have become. Public transit is something millions of people need to use every single day, and to not just be advertised to in there, but to be forced to interact with these ads no matter how intense they are, that might be the most dystopian part of all this to me. And my personal conspiracy theory is that this all went according to plan for Amazon. Their statement wasn't really an apology and didn't even mention the subway car. They just doubled down that their content is high quality, provocative programming. And they probably knew they didn't even have to go all out to get nationwide attention on this marketing stunt. It only took one single subway car. This isn't a knock on the show. I haven't seen it. I've heard it's good. And the first episode did go on to be the most watched Prime Video pilot at the time. Beauty is pain, and 90 years ago, beauty was radioactive too. If you were shopping for some footwear in the 1930s, your local shoe store might have offered a groundbreaking new service involving a box of electromagnetic radiation. With the all-new shoe-fitting fluoroscope, you could try on a pair of shoes, then shove your feet into this glowing wooden box powered by x-rays and see the fit down to the bone, where a passion for fashion and being down as heck for new age tech come together to help you find that perfect fitting pair of shoes. The future of shoe shopping is now. Shoving your little tootsies into a live x-ray machine was standard practice for nearly 30 years. It wasn't until the late 1940s that scientists started measuring these machines and later realized that over 60% were emitting radiation way above safe levels. Customers using it only once in a while were typically fine. The real concern was for the shoe salespeople, who operated the machines up to 20 times a day. One saleswoman did so for 10 years and developed radiation burns on her hands. In another case, a shoe model had her leg amputated due to repeated exposure with the x-ray machines. And you know what? There was never any clear evidence that the machine actually helped with shoe fitting. Most salespeople saw it as nothing more than a promotional gimmick. It's easy to hear all this in 2025 and say, wow, people back then were dumb. But when I was a kid, every time my parents brought me with them to Walmart, I was always sticking my arm in that blood pressure machine in the pharmacy section. So I know for sure that I would have fried my little feet in the shoe fitting fluoroscope until the poor shoe clerk had to yank my radiation roasted dogs out of the box. Hell, this gimmick might still even work on me today. I want to see how my foot skeleton looks in Crocs. 6 Mission Impossibles ago, the secret agents of the Paramount Pictures marketing team had a devious plan to spread the word about the upcoming Mission Impossible 3 movie. Paramount rigged newspaper stands across Los Angeles with music players so that every time someone opened a stand to buy a paper, it would play the Mission Impossible theme song. According to an LA Times official, this would turn the everyday news rack experience into an extraordinary mission.
So right now I'm like literally split. I actually am not. I'm not literally. I literally am split in half. Like, look at this! Split in half! Majority of my territory. I don't know where my majority of my territory is.
And fell on top of the stack of papers. So now you're a regular pedestrian opening the newspaper stand to buy the LA Times, and you're greeted by a blinking red box with wires all over it. The first 911 call came from a vigilant citizen in Santa Clarita reporting what they believed was an explosive in a newsstand. Then another report came in about a similar device found near a medical center, which had to be evacuated, displacing around 300 patients for an hour and a half. LAPD rushed to the scene, the bomb squad was deployed, and just as a precaution, they detonated one of the newsstands. But here's the thing, there weren't just a few of these suspicious devices, there were 4,500 spread all across the city. So as more people stumbled onto these tiny red devices, more frantic 911 calls had to be fielded by law enforcement, clogging up emergency services for days. Eventually, authorities traced the source of these suspicious packages back to Paramount Pictures and realized it wasn't a citywide terror threat, It was just some good old movie marketing. Paramount was ordered to pay close to $100,000 in damages, which for a marketing campaign reaching national headlines that perfectly matched the vibe of the movie it was advertising, that's promo at a huge discount. The Times senior VP of operations even said, "I think Paramount is pretty happy about it." And after all the chaos, they didn't even have to remove the devices. The theme song playing boxes were allowed to stay in the racks through the end of the campaign timeline. Since tone-deaf marketing stunts know no bounds, I can't cover all of them, so let's just do a lightning round of noteworthy gaffes. The car company Fiat tried to non-consensually strengthen their bond with women in Spain by mailing out 50,000 anonymous love letters. They were cryptic and creepy. Please just pause to read this for a second. The recipients were understandably terrified since it seemed like they were written by a stalker. A second letter from their secret admirer arrived days later, inviting them to their local Fiat dealership. Now everyone was pissed, Fiat was sued, and a third letter was mailed out, which this time was an apology. Snapple tried breaking the world record for largest popsicle by constructing a 25-foot, 35,000-pound popsicle in Union Square. This idea should have waited until winter. The attempt was unsuccessful because the popsicle melted immediately, flooded the streets with sticky strawberry kiwi goop, and forced the fire department to shut down several roads. The South Australian government wanted to reel media executives into town by mailing out 55 live goldfish in bowls labeled "Be the big fish in a small pond and come and test the water." But the fish containers were sent out with poor water conditions, so when the executives opened the packages, they were just bowls of dead fish. Pepsi has a long history of marketing disasters, along with the Pepsi number fever fiasco we already covered. In 1996, they ran a Pepsi points promotion where you could trade points for prizes. One commercial jokingly listed a military jet for 7 million Pepsi points. When a man did the math for what the monetary value would be for 7 million Pepsi points, he tried to redeem the jet. Pepsi tried laughing it off, and the man sued. The federal court ruled in Pepsi's favor, and the future commercials hiked up the price of the jet, adding a couple zeros and a disclaimer that they were just joking. Then in 2017, Pepsi thought they ended racism with their Live for Now commercial featuring Kendall Jenner, where she resolves a protest by handing a white cop a can of soda. Can't believe that one didn't work. Radio stations also get wild with it. In 2001, Birmingham's BRMB held a contest called Coolest Seats in Town, where contestants sat on dry ice to win concert tickets. The station was fined $15,000 after 4 people got severe frostbite. Y'all, you don't mess with dry ice. In middle school, my friend and I were stupid and wanted matching dry ice scars. You got what you wanted, kid. 18 years later, mine is still there. Another radio station, KDND, ran a contest in 2007 where whoever drank the most water without peeing won a Nintendo Wii, and a 28-year-old woman passed away with water intoxication. In the 1950s, DuPont Cellophane ran ads showing babies wrapped in cellophane. The campaign was stopped after people realized this might be a suffocation risk. And possibly most unhinged of all, Ogilvy India ran a campaign for mattress company Kurlon featuring a cartoon Malala Yousafzai getting shot in the head by the Taliban, bouncing off a mattress, and landing at a podium to win an award. The tagline reads, "Bounce back." Reading all that made me want to jump off my bed and out a window. Now might not be a good time to advertise this, but if you enjoyed this video and you subscribe... Wow. You're not going to believe what I just saw. I watched a video about movies that totally ripped off other movies. It was incredible. It had lots of views. The comments were all nice. And boy, was that host one charming, handsome young man. So now what I'm going to do is make the exact same video where I
Albania's gone.
I'm going to rip off that other video about movies that rip off other movies. Now, my budget is going to have to be small, but that's okay because I'm not going to put much effort into it. And if I play my cards right, I'll either trick people into thinking this is that other video, or make them believe it's some kind of follow-up to the one they already love.
Hey, there is an airport
here.
here.
But passionate group who actually enjoy things that feel low effort, and I'm betting on them to show out. If I've learned anything while studying all of these knockoff movies to make this knockoff video, it's that movies don't have to be art. They can be schemes. And I think this just might be my masterpiece. It's impossible to replicate a one-of-a-kind movie experience like George Miller's Mad Max Fury Road, but god damn it, the folks of mockbuster production studio The Asylum were gonna give it a try. Starting with taking the title Mad Max Fury Road and just kind of moving the words around until they got Road Wars Max Fury. I will say something about this movie really clicked with me. Like, the director and I were always on the same page, cut from the same cloth, reading the same playbook. We're thrown into a post-apocalyptic desert wasteland where water is scarce and modes of transportation have been reduced to Google Street View cars. How did the world end, you say?
It's been a war, or something happened to the government.
Now, Mad Max Fury Road was a smash hit, winning 6 Academy Awards. But you know one thing it didn't have? Zombies. In Road Wars, the first sign someone is infected with the zombie virus is that they can't drink water. Instead, they drink blood and become night runners. Rad. There's rumors of people who get infected, fall into a coma, wake up with memory loss, and become immune. Our crew of heroes are trying to find someone immune so they can use their blood to develop a vaccine. This dude they found stumbling through the desert asking for water may be one of those people because he supposedly can't remember anything leading up to him being found in the desert. A half hour in, and the stage feels set for some pretty interesting conflicts. The female lead lost her love interest in the opening scene while she's pooping in a gas station bathroom, but she's secretly keeping his zombie body tied up in a sleeping bag, feeding him her own blood, and the rest of the crew doesn't know. Spicy. Whoops, I talked too loud and now the rest of the crew knows. This is when I would expect some intense group conflict. Instead, the leader goes, all right, that's fine. You'd also expect in a movie titled Road Wars to see some wars on the road, but all the characters keep their cool on the streets, hardly ever even exceeding the speed limit. The team encounters a gang of bandits that Amnesia Guy says he was once grouped up with. They are some bad dudes, and to make matters worse, they've captured some of our people. We head to their lair and prepare for a fight to the death, but no need. The bandits just give them back.
You can have your people. Release them.
You might think in a post-apocalyptic action film there should be lots of action, but what we really want is for these people to get to the end of the story through the path of least resistance. That's the cinematic way. Trust me.
Okay, guys, I want to end this video
at the University of Central Florida. But for you degenerates who crave bloodshed, you get your wish 1 hour and 11 minutes into this movie, our first and only road war of Road Wars. After the singular road war, Amnesia Guy finds his wife, who he says is the only person he remembers. Maybe the writers are the one with amnesia because just earlier he remembered the bandits. They make it to the lab to see if they can create a vaccine when a huge plot twist hits us in the face. The lead's love interest and Amnesia Guy and his wife are all revealed to be day runner zombies all along, which makes no sense because day runners can't drink water. How are we introduced to Amnesia Guy? By him asking for water. These are the small details that can easily fall through the cracks when you're producing a major motion picture like Road Wars. Does it throw off the major plot twist of the movie? Yes, but I can forgive and forget when the rest of the film ran so smoothly with as little conflict as possible. I could tell the director and I were somehow on the same wavelengths, so it was no surprise to me when I looked him up afterwards and saw we went to the same film school. Then everyone dies except the woman and the girl. That's it.
Sorry.
The following alien invasion is brought to you by McDonald's and Coca-Cola. Mac and Me landed on the big screen a few years after Steven Spielberg's E.T., taking the kid befriends alien concept and doing it again. Two brothers and their mom moved.
Alright, okay guys, I'll see you in the next video. That is a big goodbye.
In these kind of movies, but the mom drove me